Yeah, we're on Street Champs, guys. And then I press the button again to stop it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Street Champs. Y'all already know what it is. We are back for another week, another Friday edition of the show. And I'm sorry we're late, but we had some technical difficulties. I'm going to blame it on the universe, and we have a very powerful woman sitting around us. So that's what I'm putting my money on. But before we get into all that, I'm here with my boys and girls. I'm here with Rick.
Rick G.
Julius Apollo.
Cbass, of course.
Tafari.
Healy.
Yeah.
MB.
And we are here. How was your weeks? Let's start with B.
How was my week?
Yeah.
It was great. I had the whole week off, so I've done a lot of resting, and I've got a jam-packed weekend of events and stuff. So I'm ready to get to it, especially with the podcast right now.
Oh, yeah.
It was a very exciting start to this whole thing.
It was.
And I do blame you. But before we go there, Ricky, how was your week?
It was good. No studio. Thanksgiving was great. Had a lot of fun with the family. It was good to get back with the family, man. I haven't been with the family for a while. Been working hard, but back with the fam. Good week. Excited to get back in the studio. Make some more music. Drop some more music. Just check out the tunes in the link below, bro. Hit me up. Happy the Apple Music's doing good. I was telling you about that.
You said it.
Yeah, bro. 400 streams in a week. That's fucking dope. That shit adding up to like almost 1.8K in a month. So I'm hype as fuck because that's on Apple Music alone. And then Spotify's like almost touching that too. So I'm fucking feeling good about that shit.
Bro, that's awesome. Most homies won't even see $400 in a week, bro. They won't even see like.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's fucking. That's impressive, man.
Congrats,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Congrats.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, working hard. Check out all the dubstep and all the crazy shit I've been making. Link below. That's it.
We'll keep it going up there. This giant.
Julius.
I want to make sure our audio is good.
I didn't do nothing. I never do anything. I just went to work. I did sell 3 cars on a short week, though, so that's really all I did.
Let's go. 3 cars? Let's go, dude. What'd you sell? You sell a Ford Escape? What'd you get? What'd you get out?
No, that was last week.
Ooh, you had a Ford Escape last week. 2008.
My fault.
This motherfucker sold a 2004
No
Mazda
warranty.
3.
Yeah,
It got
stolen.
It got heat.
No warranty.
You got warranty, bro. Don't try to play it.
$49 down.
You drive off that bitch yours? I'm just playing. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
You get a warranty. Don't listen to him.
Oh, shout out to sales, though, bro. Good job.
Bro, I'm looking.
selling.
I'm looking at this mashup for the mic collaborations, and you are like 2 times the size of Cbass, and you're like, you know.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I can
maybe-
scoot up.
yeah.
I just like to.
Okay, yeah,
I
maybe
can
you
scoot
should
over
scoot
more,
up.
too.
Yeah, maybe
Thank
scoot
you.
up. Because I'm noticing a lot
I
of.
think Cbass is taller than me, honestly.
He just a sloucher, bro. He be
Yeah, I just slouch. I'd be slouching.
he be comfy.
And if you
But
wanted to
doing
move,
cool shit.
if you
Yeah.
wanted to move the mic, grab it from the neck. Just instead of the mic, it's a lot easier to move. It's very simple, very easy to move.
Gotcha.
Sorry to try to yell at you, Cbass.
Oh, I don't take offense to it at all.
But tell us about your Thanksgiving. You celebrated it today?
Yeah, well, it was part 2. I went and did shit on Thursday, but then I did it Friday. But other than that, good week. I'm looking for a car. If you don't know, I got in a car wreck, and yeah, just waiting on that insurance. I'm gonna go to Springs tomorrow, I think, and shop around.
He said, "My neck, my
Nice.
back, my neck and my back."
I wish, bro. I wish. Oh my god, how much do I wish? I hate it.
You should have pissed your pants, like we said.
You should have peed. Yeah. A little bit more insurance money.
That would have been a move, I'm sure, but yeah, that's about it, man. I'm excited to get a new car though, so I think I might go a couple grand in like the hole, but that's about it.
Hey, that sucks, but at the same time, what new whip we thinking, dude? New wheels. Now we got to think of new wheels. What are we seeing Cbass in?
I'm rocking a Nissan Versa right now,
Ugh.
and I kind of like it, but I've been talking to people and they don't like it, but everyone has opinions.
What do you
bro,
feel about a
you-
Versa?
Honestly, bro, I see you in like a 2014 Camry for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Camry crew.
guy.
Like light brown,
I see Corolla.
Corolla.
Ooh, Corolla type guy.
and you're hanging out the window like, woo!
For some reason, I feel like you like small vehicles that when you get out, it looks smaller than it. I don't know how to explain it.
Wait,
like
what?
do you like?
He's
do you
a
like
si- he's a
compact
size king.
vehicles?
He's a
I
size
like
king, bro.
big vehicles.
I'm not. I had a I can't even talk. I had a compact kind of car, so
Ford,
I guess
Ford
I like 'em.
Focus.
But
Yeah,
I did.
Ford Focus. Yeah, exactly.
I drove trucks for years before that.
Yep,
Okay.
he was a
So-
truck guy.
I'm in the I'm in the center. I would like a SUV of some sort. That'd be dope. Maybe an Explorer.
Yikes.
Ooh.
Okay, well, if you own a used car lot, I
Says
guess hit up
yikes.
Cbass. Anyway,
Hey, I'm an
anything
Explorer.
crazy?
Fit, bro.
You told me you went on a date, didn't you?
Huh?
You told me you went on a date.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
Ooh, how'd the date go?
Okay.
Cbass's dates.
It was a kind of a long-awaited date, so I mean, it was good to.
Oh shit.
It was good,
Long
good to
plan.
connect. and
Definitely got
shit.
some boonies.
Doonies
no
are like
spicy shit.
wine. The
Boonies.
The
Yeah,
longer
them
you
boonies.
the longer you let the doonies marinate, the
Boonies.
better it is, bro.
It's called a little something called tension.
Sexual tension, you mean?
But keep
I
going.
mean,
But anyway, it was
Booty
good. We just went to old Chicago. It wasn't nothing major. It was nice, like I said, but
talked it over a good Parmesan bread.
yeah.
What?
Good
Look-
conversation over a nice calzone.
You could tell a lot about a person by what they order on the first date.
Yeah, yes, dude.
If they get like ribs, it's like you don't care about nothing.
Well, this wasn't necessarily a first date.
Oh, it was a
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a first date.
Oh,
Second venture.
second link up.
And
first public outing after multiple sneaky
yeah,
links.
exactly. With the so you got did you pick them up? They picked you up. You met you met there.
Met.
You met
Yeah,
there.
met there.
Okay.
Old Chicago, shout out.
Hold on, who got the
there
bill?
first?
Who got the bill?
He got there first.
If you got there first, did he get the bill?
No, we split it.
They went Dutch.
What?
We always split.
Is it
All
called
right.
Dutch?
That's not a real date.
Yeah,
We split.
it's called buy on the bill. Like we're going buy. We're going both ways.
I could get into it, but we mostly split.
That's
so.
cool though.
Yeah, they're verses.
That's called balance, and that you guys have had conversations. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But
But
yeah,
he said the date didn't go good.
It didn't.
Did the date go good? You been going?
yeah. Like I said, it's not a first. It's not a.
It was just like a hangout kind of, huh?
Yeah. It's.
Did you
it's-
fuck?
Yeah, because this is underwhelming right now. Do you want to tell us something cool?
No, I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, come
I
on,
really
that's
don't.
it?
No.
Did you make out? What? Come
No.
on.
Get some
No.
boonies.
You didn't
Actually-
make out?
Okay, now
No.
I need to get
Come
serious.
on.
They're being children. Do you see? Is since was it a friend zone chill out, or do you see something in the future?
It's good vibes.
Okay.
Bro,
Is
You
all I
guys
can
are thinking
say.
about the
It's good
wrong thing.
vibes.
Bro, he said he's seen this person multiple times, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
They've
bro.
already done that. Been there. It's just now it's the time.
They've been
Ooh.
boned.
They enjoy
We're
the
trying
time.
to learn each
You
other.
want-
I hate how you put that. I don't like
wouldn't
how you
take it
said that, dude.
serious, so I wouldn't take it that serious.
This motherfucker said they been boned.
Not
Yo,
that
chill,
serious.
dog.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Julius. I appreciate.
My man said don't the whole chill, relax. Hey,
Wait, so
Yeah.
did you lay with this person?
Yeah, did you?
I'm trying to be. We're trying to put this a
comment.
good way.
They bootied
No
each other,
comment.
bro.
Yeah, they
man
bootied out.
said,
Yeah.
Did you lay with this person?
No comment.
I feel like it's 1347.
Benjamin Franklin.
I don't know why the fuck I said it like
You rest
that.
your head in the same
Did
bed.
you lay with this person?
Did you lay with this madam? God damn it, why did I say it like that? Yeah, I feel like a fucking idiot.
From,
All right.
Shakespeare. But
right,
no
well,
comment.
All right, well, you're not giving us much to play with, but whatever.
Yeah,
I was trying to breeze past it. I wasn't even gonna. bring it up.
Really?
Yeah.
He's trying not
so-
to give us much to play with, like he gave that guy at El Chicago.
Oh, nothing. Yo,
He
you're
gave too
prude,
much to play
bro.
with.
Why are you so prude, bro?
Wait, what?
God, you're prude,
He doesn't-
dog.
He
If
doesn't
I was
kiss
a guy and I
himself.
was gay, bro, I'd just be giving out to all the guys. Fool, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck?
So you'll be like
You're that
Easy
type of
E? You'll
energy.
be the
You are
Easy
that
E
energy.
of
Do
gay
you,
men?
do you want like
Type shit.
address?
Just
Do you want
die of the
Instagram
beats.
handle? What do you want?
Oh.
Let me look him up. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's keep it going with weeks. Tafari, anything crazy in your week?
No.
Insurance
I
training.
quit my job so I could do like insurance training. So yeah.
Wait. So
That's
I'm just
gay.
gonna get to that. You said last time I saw you that you got a new job. So was it the new job or the last one?
Oh, this is the new job that I'm training for right now. That's why I quit my last one.
So the one where you made all your old videos at, you're not there
yeah,
anymore.
I'm
This
not
is the
there
second
no more.
one. Okay.
This is my new one.
They fired him for making those videos.
No, they didn't.
That's cap.
Bro, I was gonna
He didn't
go
show
into.
no business. He used to keep it where you didn't know where he was at. I seen it.
I was gonna go hand in my resignation for him, and my GM was like, "You could just text me," and I was like, "Oh damn."
He's like, I already knew this was
Look at
coming.
you trying to
G.
be responsible and respectful.
Yeah, nigga.
You just
And he's
text
gonna
me? He said that?
Yeah, but he
The
told me I
fuck?
could still
He didn't
come
wanna
to the
look you in the
Christmas
face
party
like a
at his
man.
house.
Yeah, what
So,
the
like,
fuck?
He's just weird.
That's a very, like you're
Bro,
supposed
one
to
time,
do it like
I
in
left
person.
my charger at his desk, and that nigga threw away my charger.
Bro, this story
He
again.
threw it away?
Bro, this
he
story again.
claims that he claimed, but then I came because I told him I was like,
Don't get him
bro,
started.
you're
Don't get him
tripping.
started? My bad.
Like, ain't no way you really did that for
That's
real.
cool though.
Because he
But
sent that
about
in the group
what's
chat.
it called? You
And then-
doing insurance training now
yeah,
for like car.
for all.
You gotta
of
talk
it.
to the mic more.
All
Yeah,
of
hit,
it.
yeah.
Can
All
I'm
of
gonna
it.
turn this way. Is that fine? Yeah.
All of it. Send
Yeah,
them my way. I'll give you my cards. Send them my way.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's
I
what's
got
up.
you. I got you.
Tafari for insurance.
Auto,
Tafari's the
home,
friend.
health, and life.
He's a friend that doesn't stay at a job for like longer than like a month and a half.
Are you?
Nigga,
are
I
you-
was at the old job
Are
for
you
a year.
outsourcing it or is it coming through you? Or are you just helping people get it?
I'm gonna be Tristan from fucking State Farm.
Okay,
That's
cool.
pretty fire.
So we might have to
That's what I'm saying.
collab,
Walk
bro.
in,
Yeah,
collab
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Like, yo, I know my guy.
Bring me
right
some.
Here's my guy
What you
Tristan.
Bring it to
What you
me.
want?
Bring it to me.
He's like,
bro,
bro,
he's got a link.
He's like, oh,
Thank you.
Like you have 100 credit score and you have 0 insurance. I know the duo for you.
Julius just tanks his
Tafari.
insurance fucking business.
Tristan, I need some insurance. I
I just
mean,
fuck with you. I just fuck with you.
I give him a lot of
got
X.
you.
Just let
I
me
got
know,
you.
dude.
This motherfucker hitting
No.
a
Got you.
Welch's.
I gotta
fucking
get my
juicer.
cert still.
Okay,
Your first
okay.
client, man.
Okay.
Got tequila.
Yeah, take
All right, bring down the energy. Let's
Oh, hey, no, that's you, bro.
let's bring it back to
All
earth.
right, yeah, let's go.
Okay. The reason we're all gathered here today and able to do this.
Fucking got Welch's
Is
sparkling.
this a funeral? What's going on here?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. B, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So my name is B. I'm a medium. I do tarot, astrology, and mediumship readings. They range from 20 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on what you want. I've been reading tarot for 6 years now, and I have been able to be blessed with some gifts since I was a child, but they didn't come to be again, I would say, until I was in college. And so from there, it started as something that just I needed for myself. I had gone through a hard time and I needed something to connect to and make me feel connected to something bigger than myself. And then from there, I started sharing it with my friends, and it just grew and grew and grew. And I'm very lucky and blessed to get to share my gifts with others. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
When you're a kid, you know, what is that? How does this physicalize? Like, what does it look
How
like?
did you find out you had the gift?
So I would say when I was a kid, I wasn't aware I had a gift. I was able to talk to dead people, and it wasn't something that I shared with anybody. I didn't tell my parents or whatever. I just was able to do it and experienced it. And then when I got older, like to middle school, I never thought about it again until I was in college. And my best friend, like of my whole life, my childhood best friend and everything, she passed away, and it was a very like traumatic experience for me. And so the weird story is that a month before she died, I was driving through Georgia, I was driving back to Alabama, and I got this weird feeling and this weird sense like come over me, and it felt like I was about to die. And it was like super, like it felt incredibly real. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm about to die. I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know if I'm going to go off the road. Someone's going to run in front of me, like, or what. But I could feel it, and it was like a knowing. And then I felt like a hand get placed on my shoulder, and it was just kind of like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to be scared. It's okay. And I like calmed down from that. I texted my best friend. I told her what happened, and she was like, oh, like, that's weird, whatever, that's crazy. And then I got back to Alabama. I, like, went out that night. I totally forgot it happened. Literally never thought about it again. 1 month later, she died. And then after a few months of me processing and everything, it made me think that that was her experience when she died, because it was unexpected and just like that. And in my grief, which I think this is what a lot of people struggle with their grief, which I think medium readings help with, is you have a lot of questions. How did they feel when they passed? Like, what was going on around them? Were they aware? Were they scared? And so I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with in their grief, and it's something that was like eating me up. And then I just one day went back to our text messages and I read that and I was like, what the fuck? Like a month exactly before. And we were childhood best friends. I lived in a totally different state. Like, we didn't talk all the time, right? Like, this is somebody that has been around your whole life, but you're not talking to every single day when you see each other like once a year. And so I just thought that was crazy. And then it kind of just all like came back to me, I guess, slowly but surely. I picked up like some tarot cards. I read her private Twitter, and one of her last tweets that she had was like finding out what her sun, moon, and rising sign were. So then I looked mine up, and then it like just started me down this whole path that I was super into all this stuff. And I just started sharing it with my friends that were around me at that time. And then, yeah, like I said, it just kind of grew and grew from there. So I didn't necessarily know like, oh, I'm able to talk to dead people. Like, I think all kids have an ability to kind of connect to the other side and tap into that energy, because they're still like very innocent and they're brand new to earth coming over from there. But I think as we get older, when we don't talk about it, we don't practice it, things like that, everybody loses it. And I do think and believe that everybody could tap into it. Like, doesn't matter how old you are or anything. I'm not necessarily saying that everybody can talk to dead people, but you could tap into your intuition and feel like you have your own connection with spirit, and that you can understand messages they're sending you and be able to translate it for yourself. Because that's...
Decide for those messages. Discern
Yep.
it.
Exactly. And like, when people are starting, I would say, in their spiritual journey and they come get a reading from me or whatever, a lot of what they say is that, like, I know I'm getting messages. Like, I know there's messages, but I can't, like, understand them. I can't depict them. I can't break it down and understand, like, exactly what they're trying to say. And that's 100% valid and true. And the thing I have to say about that is, like, I use the term spirit. I was telling him this before. Like, I use the term spirit because to me, all different religions and belief systems are just different paths to the same thing that is spirit. I always tell my clients, feel free to interchange that term for whatever fits for you. But everybody could tap in and have their own language with spirit. Like, that's the thing to me, that if I see this certain bird at this certain time and it's this color and it's whatever, like, I might have my own translation of that, and that might be slightly different
It's
from
cultural.
yours.
It's cultural, you know, especially
Yes,
if there was a
yes.
medium in India,
Yep.
you know, they're you see a different, any color or anything, it's going to
Different
Yes.
vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's like something like the owl. In some cultures, it's viewed as the wise man. Somebody that's coming that has a lot of experience and is trying to let you know about something. In a lot of Native American tribes, it's viewed as an evil messenger, that someone sent it to spy on you and to send you evil energy. So that's a really good point. Like, I think it's important to figure out your language so that when spirit sends that owl your way or whatever, you understand what it means for you. And I think that's important to tie it to your culture if that's something that you're comfortable with digging into. But I also think there's a million interpretations online and books and all of the things. And for you to have a good connection to spirit, you've got to kind of, in a sense, tell spirit what things mean to you, so that spirit also knows how to talk to you in return.
And because we're going to test you. But how good is your connection to spirit?
I mean, I think it's good. I think I tell this to people, like, sometimes there are things we're not supposed to know, though. And so you might come to me and you want a reading and you want this specific answer to something, and spirit might tell me no, because they don't want you to know that at that certain time or whatever it may be.
Like what?
Like, let me think.
I would say it's probably different strokes for different.
You don't.
Yeah,
You don't
like-
fucking know.
No,
I'm asking the media.
It's true. Like, there's not a certain type of
I'm
question or like circumstance that I'm like, oh no, sorry. It's like we can even be halfway through a reading and I've been telling you about this whole situation you're having, and then you ask like about a specific part. Well, do you think that I don't even know a good example, because everything is different. Three people could ask me the same type of question in a reading and I might tell two, and the third one might be like, nope, they don't really need to know that right now. So it's every single reading is unique. Like, I had a bunch of readings today, right? Every single one different. I've never had two readings that were alike. I'm obviously doing the same process and having the same approach and methods, but how that translates to the person sitting across from me it differentiates between each and every single one.
Guys, you guys have any questions before we get into the specifics of our dead family members? You guys got any questions?
I've been, and for some reason, I know it's on topic, but it's off topic. But why didn't you tell anybody when you were a kid? Like, did you feel comfortable? Did it make you scared? Like, why didn't you say anything?
I didn't think it was a big deal. I think I thought it was normal. Like, it wasn't something that you should have to tell somebody about. I like your question, though, about, like, being scared, because there were some people I interacted with that didn't make me feel scared at all. And, like, it was family or it was other people, people on the other side. And then there were times that, like, I lived in one house in 4th grade, and there was for sure a ghost that lived in that house, and he was mean. Like, he was mean to me. He, like, slammed my door once, would shut off my music all the time because he didn't want to hear it. And so, again, it's kind of like spirit to spirit. But it didn't really freak me out. And even with that ghost that I thought was kind of scary, I would still talk to him. And I'd be like, why did you just do that? Like, that was scary. You scared me. And so it felt so natural to me, I think, like as if I was just talking to an alive person, that I didn't think it was something I had to tell others about, or that it was like a big deal or anything.
Okay.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that?
So what I've always heard is that there's no ghosts, they're demons. What do you feel about that?
I, at least for myself, tried to strictly deal with spirits that have good intentions. I don't watch scary movies. I don't try to engage in anything that really is demonic or something like that. There are mediums that can connect to spirits that are ill-intentioned, I guess I should say. But that's not something that I specifically do because I don't want to.
Basically evil spirits?
Yeah. I think that I absolutely believe that sometimes when people cross over, this is not for every single instance and every person, but if they had a traumatic event, especially in their passing, if they have a lot of stuff they weren't necessarily ready to transition and move on with, I think it can weigh the spirit down in a sense, making them evil or causing problems, disrupting. Like the guy in my house when I was younger, like there was no reason for him to be mean to me, but I think he had experienced whatever he had experienced as a human, and he hadn't processed it yet. I would say, and so he's sticking around with that ill will, kind of. I would say most spirits transition, and that transition is a process of clarity and understanding for everything they had done and how they impacted the people around them and just what they've went through and what life was for them and the meaning of it specifically for them in that lifetime. And then they're chilling, hanging out on the other side. I can tap in, like if somebody comes and tells me they're trying to talk to somebody. But yeah, I do think in more rare, minimal cases, spirits can have a hard time, and then they can try to send ill will towards humans. But that's not something that I personally try to step into that realm because I think just like earlier we were having a technical difficulty, right? And people started getting a little anxious, a little nervous, right? That it was something
I was fucking
bad.
Pissed. I was fucking pissed.
Yeah. But for me, like, I don't try to let my mind go to that place because I don't want to engage with anything that may be ill-willed in that sense, spirit-wise.
Do you feel anything here right now?
Too early for that.
Wait, no,
Sorry.
that's
Loaded
We gotta
that's a
get into
good-
we gotta
wait,
like get into
Wait,
it.
that's
I
it.
feel like.
Wait, you already asked it. You guys can't.
Sorry.
Do you feel?
It's already.
Do you feel anything here?
No.
Right now?
If you guys ain't got good questions,
No, Julius.
What the?
Julius, fuck you.
no.
Yeah. Hey.
That was a good
No.
question.
It was a good question later.
Well, what do you want to do now?
Wow.
To expand more on. Okay, you said you don't like dealing with
Fuck me.
negative.
I enjoyed that question, bro.
It's not a bad
I was
question.
ready. I was ready. To
Yeah, I was ready. I was ready.
I was ready to jump
I'm
in.
ready.
You guys are rushing into it. You guys have an understanding.
Okay, well let's ask. I did ask for
Niggas.
questions about 10 minutes ago, and you didn't say anything.
I did.
So
I let
okay.
everybody get
So
that
you know,
question.
You had to think
Right.
first. Nigga had to think.
Yeah,
went-
okay, so-
you
Oh wait,
went too
what
far.
else you
No,
got?
what do
No,
you
what
got?
else? you got?
No, go ahead. Let's think.
Oh my!
Now he's one of those.
You're one of those guys right now.
Yeah.
He's right. Your question's better than mine. Go ahead.
No,
we'll get to
my
mine later because
God.
we'll get to mine later. We'll go ahead.
Oh,
my
No, we will get into that because once we go down that path, I can't stop and just reroute. So
What? Why you get all bugged?
can
Bro,
do-
he's coming at us different this week.
I kind of understand what's going on
There's
here.
something here.
Me and
that-
Julius got
He's
it.
coming at us different this
Me
week.
and Julius.
Something here.
I kind of understand what's going on here. I'm trying to help you guys. Like,
All right.
We
like
got
she
into an
just said,
argument
you can't
on
just
Wednesday.
Jump into it.
You did?
Me and Julius got into an argument Wednesday, bro. And we
Ooh.
kind of like haven't reconciled.
Can we talk about it?
We never. It wasn't even an argument.
Oh, we need to
It's
talk
kinda
about
been
it. All
important.
right, let's
We've
put a
been
pin
writing
in.
on a
We're putting a
glass.
pin in the
You see
medium.
what's happening right now?
We're putting a pin in this
I'm
medium.
trying to
shit.
ask a serious question that's thoughtful in the moment, and
Well, you haven't
the
even said the
spirits
question.
Don't
You
want
haven't
us
even
to
said it yet.
ask. Want you guys to ask the question right now.
Well,
They're
say
trying
the
to stop
fucking
it.
question.
Trying.
Okay, say it.
Okay. So
Speak up.
you said you don't like to deal with like negative energy. How, when you're having a reading, okay, do you know once? Do you know once the spirit, like I would say, arises is the word I'm going to use? Do you know if they're good or bad off ripple, or does it take time to figure that out? Like if there's
Okay.
malice.
That's a good question.
Are they masked?
I think it's hard for me to categorize a spirit when it's coming through as good or bad. Because I think, let me backtrack a little bit. Like, I think there's a difference between spirit, because also, I guess I'll set the tone. When I open up, basically, to the other side, I'm telling spirit I'm only going to communicate with good intentioned spirits. So, like, demons
So they don't
or
come to you.
yeah, they don't come to me because I already like set my boundary that I don't want that, and that's not who I'm going to interact with. So like me, I would not use a Ouija
whack.
board. Like, I personally wouldn't use a Ouija board because I'm not trying to open
Oh,
up
my
the
girl.
door for
She wants to use the Ouija
anybody.
board so damn bad.
Does that make sense?
Damn. So all right. So you're just
But-
not tapped into that.
But like, for example, the first reading that I did today, the lady told me that her son passed away. That's all she said. And as soon as he came in, like, I just got a wave of the feeling of shame. And so that's what I started with. Like, and it opened up more to, like, he felt a lot of shame about how he passed. He took a lot of responsibility in it.
Like he was like suicide.
I don't know the specifics because I'm not going to ask her. It was resonating. So to me, it could have been suicide. It could have been an overdose is what I was thinking it was. But it was something that he played a major role in him passing untimely. And so as soon as he comes in, that's why I feel like I can't say, oh, when a spirit comes in, like, they're good or they're bad. Like, they're just coming in with whatever they want me to translate to the other person. And so there are some readings that there's no sad feelings. There's no shame. There's no sadness around it. There are readings that they are very joyful. The spirit's super joyful. They're making me laugh the whole time because they're laughing the whole time. And usually that also plays into what that person's actual personality was like when they were a human. Like, they still have the same type of energy and personality. And so however they want me to, like, basically
that's
translate
that is
them,
cool.
they're gonna show up to me that way. They're gonna talk to me that way. They're gonna set that tone. It comes through in a variety of ways. It can be them directly speaking and wanting me to say things directly. It can be them showing me images, pictures, making me think of things. Like, so it's just a mix. But yeah, it's whatever they want to translate.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't.
No, you're totally fine.
Do you believe in God?
Yes. To me, it's spirit.
Wait.
To me, it's spirit. And like I kind of said before, like I think all religions and belief systems are just different paths to the same thing. That is spirit.
Okay. So the Christian Bible, what's the percentage of it you rock with?
I could not even tell you that because I am not even that well versed enough in a Bible.
Okay.
Has a spirit ever spoken about divine creation in any way, form, shape, or form in a conversation? Have they ever said anything about that? Is there any details about the afterlife?
I guess I would say inklings and small information about what their experience is as a spirit. Like the fact that should the transition go as it does the majority of the time, like they get that it's just like I know it sounds cliche, but it's just like the idea that you see your life flash before your eyes. Not necessarily like that, but when you're transitioning, like you're processing everything that happened and you're getting your own clarity, and then you're finding peace and acceptance very quickly. And then you don't have the hard feelings and pain that you did as a human. So like the lady I read today that we channeled her son for an hour which I started with the feeling he's starting with that he wants me to translate to you is a feeling of shame. And then we got into that, right? At the very end of it, that's her exact question. Like, is he feeling shame as a spirit?
That's what I got into because you said shame, so that's an earthly feeling.
Yes,
so
exactly.
do spirits feel earthly human emotions?
So they have the clarity and the understanding of what it's like as the human beings that we are. But so he wanted to translate to her because that would resonate and make sense to her, which it did, that he was taking that accountability and responsibility for what had happened. But I had to explain to her, but as a spirit, he's not being weighed down by shame. He has an understanding that there's shame and I'm sorry. And I know how that impacted you as you felt these things. But he's talking about it from a clear state of mind, a clear heart. And so it's not necessarily weighing him down like heavy stuff weighs us down as humans, if that makes sense.
Okay. Do you claim? You said you claim you know him as spirit, so you don't claim any religion as your own. Not really.
I think I like the phrase like spirituality.
Spirituality is a religion. It's the religion.
Yeah, I grew up going to church, right? And I never really cared for it at all. It was more like a chore. At least in my family, like it's a duty and a responsibility, and you're just there to show face, like for the other people at church to know that you went to church and like stuff like that. So that never ever resonated with me. So I had no belief system truly. Like, did I kind of think there was something other? Yeah, maybe. But I never had anything that you had to have faith until my best friend died, because then I didn't have shit. And I was mad at the world, mad at everybody around me. I didn't believe in anything. And when you go through a hard, traumatic, especially a grief, you have to have something to believe in, or you might as well fall over and roll over and die, because you don't have anything that's going to keep you going. And so I didn't have shit. And it took me months to start to feel like, and it was the fact that she posted that tweet that had her astrology in, that I looked it up and I felt like, this is fucking crazy. How is this accurate? It was the fact that I read that text message over again and felt like that was, another medium coins it as like a meaningful coincidence, Tyler Henry. And so I think with the stuff earlier, I was going to tell you meaningful coincidence. And those things like clicked for me. And then it made me feel like I don't even give a shit if it is astrology. And people, that's where it started for me, I guess. Like, that made sense, and it made me feel connected to her, even though she was dead, because the stars, when she was born, said she was going to be like this type of person, and she fucking was, and I looked at mine, and I was like that too, and so it made me think, like, she must be okay on the other side. Like, because how would this make sense? There's no way this would make sense. Like, I thought it was dumb and crazy too, but it just fit for me, and then it gave me something to believe in. So it is my religion in a sense. I think religion and spirituality are a way of making sense of the world. So it's my way of making sense of how I'm moving through the world and what's happening.
Yeah. I do almost completely agree with you. When I was, a young lad growing up, I think everyone does research online about like what the meaning of life is. I came across this like channel or website. It was called Spirit Science, and it just kind of talks about how these prophets, that we all claim as our leaders. It's breaking it down into real life things. Imagine one person trying to span the width of the earth. It's not possible. So there needs to be these multiple people to span this unique message, which is the spirit giving these multiple people premonitions or something that we can't explain, because most of us are regular people, but it's all connected consciousness.
Yeah.
We all have divine. I guess connected consciousness is the correct term. But yeah, very interesting.
Crazy.
No, and I think it's important to acknowledge, even if there are certain religions that you don't agree with their practices, I think there needs to be respect across the board about what's the purpose. Yeah. And the purpose is that it makes people feel more connected. But to me, it's not even that. It makes people have hope and faith and belief. Yep. And life is really fucking hard. And you can be doing everything right and you can still get cancer. And you can do everything right and your kid can fucking die in an accident. So it sounds like I'm saying you just need it for like the hard time, right? Which is what you can get critical on. Oh, people only use religion like during a hard time. But that's the most crucial point. And in astrology, in a birth chart, there are 12 houses, and every single house rules a different area of life. And one of the houses just rules religion, spirituality, law, government, because it's all, we get to choose how we're going to practice it. But we practice it for a reason, because we feel like we need order and we need calmness and we need connection. So I think that's an interesting thing, like especially with astrology. Every ancient civilization came up with their own form of it. There's Chinese astrology, there's Greek astrology, like every ancient human civilization came up with astrology. So
what is the most reliable out of the historical astrologies?
Well, I practice traditional astrology, traditional ancient astrology, which is more deeply, if you get into it, on the astrology podcast with Chris Brennan. He does a Hellenistic astrology course, and that is super, super old. I think that practice, and then Chinese or Vedic astrology, which is also Indian, are the oldest forms. So I think that
civilizations.
Yeah, Indian and Chinese.
We all started in
thousands of years ago.
Yeah, they say we all started in China.
Yeah, and so it's kind of interesting, because if you're going from the astrology that's practiced most often in the Western world, which is the traditional astrology, and then you go over to Vedic astrology, it's just altered by one sign. Kind of all your placements are just one sign over, but everything has kind of a different explanation and way of describing it, and their charts are like a square, and it's done so much differently, but it still totally hits. Like, I don't practice Vedic astrology at all. I truly do not know that much about it. I would say it's harder. It's so much more information even, which is super cool. But it still hits just the same, like if I ever read into it and get into it. So again, I think it's like, it's not us saying, oh, the stars and the planets like say this exact thing is going to happen to you at this exact time, and so on and so forth. It's more about the purpose of, we have an understanding that we're connected to the stars in the sky and the universe, and as they move around, like, we change with it. And so it doesn't matter which form of astrology you're using, it's the purpose of that you're trying to understand yourself and the world and what's happening in the world and how it's interacting with you and how you're interacting with it.
All right, let's get into the deep shit.
Well, how are we gonna do this?
Okay.
We're all gonna shut the fuck up and let her fucking get it.
Let her feel let him through some shit, and then we'll expand on it. Yeah.
Is
I'm about to pass it
there
I
around.
love
any way I could get a piece of paper and a pen?
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah. Grab her something. Is there anything else you need?
No.
Paper and pen.
If your eyes start rolling into the back of your head, I'm leaving.
That has never happened to me. I pray that does not ever happen to me.
Oh, exercise. Yeah, exorcist. She just starts writing exorcist on it. We're like, oh my god.
Please stop.
Oh yeah, we're freaking Tristan
God,
out.
that's funny.
I hope you channel in
Bro, I am
somebody.
extremely religious, so like I'm taking this very serious.
You're not that religious, chill.
Bro, I grew up in the South. I'm from Georgia.
Oh yeah,
brother.
you.
No,
Oh,
I
I
understand.
forgot. Yeah,
That's another
true,
thing.
that's true.
You
I'm
said
from
you were
Georgia.
going through
That's true.
Georgia.
Yeah, what- are you from Georgia?
And Alabama. Did you live down there at that time?
Yeah, I went to college at Alabama.
Where?
So at the University of Alabama
In Mobile.
in
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa.
I don't know if I did it.
Come on, man.
There's
Roll
one in
Tide.
Mobile too.
Roll
South
Tide.
Roll Tide.
I don't give
Wait, what?
I don't give
Dumbass boy.
a shit about nothing but
Roll
cat.
Tide. Tua Tagovailoa.
Roll Tide, Willie?
Jalen
I didn't know that was the
Milroe.
name of that school.
Yeah.
I thought the name of the school was Alabama.
It's Roll Tide. The Crimson Tide.
The Crimson Tide is different.
Oh, is
no,
it?
it's the
Fuck.
same thing.
No,
Okay.
Wait.
See,
Oh,
I'm
the
glad I was
Crimson
right. I'm glad I
Tigers
was
is
right.
different.
It's the Auburn
That's
Clemson
Clemson.
Tigers.
How dare you?
Yo, you don't know
Clemson
college
This
shit
No,
shit
at
no,
all.
confused y'all with Auburn.
Hit the
It's
ball.
okay. It's just that the Iron Bowl's tomorrow, so
Right.
Alabama's playing Auburn, so we got to be
So you
put
better
big
get it
energy
right.
out and be
I
respectful.
used to live in Mobile.
Y'all
She
better
don't give a shit about
hey,
them bitches.
Y'all better
Yeah.
do y'all
The biggest
thing.
rivals.
I'll tell you what,
that there is.
they could beat y'all.
Okay,
Tristan.
They could beat y'all.
I don't even know why we just hit this. This is the worst time to hit this.
so
We're gonna be like,
it's totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna explain what I'm doing on the paper.
Okay.
Nothing's on the paper, right?
Oh, my bad.
This is scribbling. Okay, so if anybody's ever seen Long Island Medium or Tyler Henry the Medium, he had a show on E, he's had a show on Netflix, he still has a show on Netflix. They do this too. And it's just a method that as spirit is kind of talking to me and coming through, I'm just scribbling and it's just helping me like process it. I'm not necessarily, sometimes I do draw shapes or like something specific, but most of the time it's just nonsense scribbles. And it's just because it's a way, because it can be overwhelming, right? Like a lot's coming through to me, and sometimes it's, a lot of the time it's a lot at once, and I have to figure out where to start and how to navigate everything that they're pulling through to me. So the scribbling just helps me kind of find a like focus and train of thought on where they want me to go and how they want me to go through everything.
Before, I got one last question. I'm sorry.
Yep. No, you're fine.
Do you see, hear, or feel, or all three?
All three.
Okay.
So I think one thing with like mediumship is
Good question.
I definitely say I can talk to dead people. I wouldn't ever say I can see them, though sometimes I can. But that's not how every spirit wants to communicate with me. So sometimes I do see them, but most of the time I hear them. And then also a lot of the time I'm seeing images and they're making me feel things.
so they always choose what to share with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
How to share it. Okay, and
Yep.
that leads me to asking. Then I'm done. If I have others, I'll just save it.
Yeah,
But
save it.
do you? I fucking forgot now. Damn. Wait, we just talked about the feelings. I forgot. Never mind.
You
I got
asked her if she feels it, hears it, or sees it. Okay, where's your breath?
Have you ever done it in a group setting like this, like with
Yeah.
a bunch of people, like
Yeah.
live and stuff? Okay, cool.
I wouldn't say live, but I've done it in a group setting before. But
Okay,
there's
cool.
a time for everything.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Let's get it started.
All right.
She's already started. You guys don't even notice it.
I do notice it, bro. I'm just
The way I
calm
want
down.
to ring it off is I want you to treat this like you do every other consultation.
Okay.
As you do with a client.
Okay.
How do you start it?
So I started by telling them my approach. My approach is that I seek to serve as a medium and a messenger for spirit to kind of channel through me and speak directly to whoever is seeking spirit out. I use the term spirit because to me all religions and beliefs are the path to the same thing, but feel free to translate or use different terminology that feels more comfortable for you.
Allah.
Yeah, whatever works. That's about it for medium readings. Well, I also will say my intention is that you walk away from the reading feeling like you have the strength, the clarity, the knowledge, the peace in your heart to move forward on the path that you are best meant to move forward on.
Okay.
And then that's how we get started. I feel like we should start.
I like this.
Why?
Because you were the one who changed all the electricity.
You have been the most open, but that's not even necessarily the point. It's really about, I would say, how strong the spirits are. And that's not to say other people's spirits are weak, but it's just to say, like, I feel like you came into this very open, and so they felt like it would be easy for them to get a message to you sooner rather than later, if that makes sense. Okay.
You get messages, bro.
So most of the time, people do tell me who they want to talk to. You don't have to do that, but if there is one specific person or two, it would be up to you if you'd like me to tap into that.
Who you got?
No,
You got it, bro.
I'm a skeptic believer. You got to do your thing.
Okay.
Ooh. I like this. I like the skepticism.
Okay, so first of all, it's always funny to me when people are skeptical, not that it's a problem, but that I can always feel it, and I have to push through the barrier before I can get into the reading, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
I can always energetically feel and see the wall, and so we're going to sit here until I get through the wall is basically what I'm saying. Like, sometimes
Wall's gonna break, dude.
people have to just...
And you know what's crazy? It just came up. She's so good.
Yeah, no,
It just
it's
came
okay.
up when she said
Because
that.
you were
When it
very
got
open.
silent, I was like, ooh, I don't know
Yeah,
about this.
you
This is
were very
uncomfortable as
open.
fuck. I'm not going to lie. I like that.
Okay, well, I do feel like I want to say an older woman, but I don't necessarily mean like elderly. I want to say more like, to me, the range is like a 60s, but it doesn't necessarily have to be actual 60s, but like just the energy of like, they're kind of have retirement energy, but they don't act elderly or old or anything. It feels like an older woman. She definitely has more so like auntie vibes, I would say, but not even necessarily having to be actually directly related to you, but more so like she was just a figure in your life growing up that was very, again, I don't necessarily want to say motherly, because it's more so like someone you look up to. They're older, they're there for you, but they're also still chill and cool, and you feel like you can talk to them. Okay. She feels like you might get uncomfortable by this, but it's all good. She does want to talk about her passing. So sometimes that can become uncomfortable to start thinking about like the circumstances around what had happened. And so it just feels as if it was a bit unexpected and at the same time, like, not surprising. Like, it's when someone has smoked their whole life and then they do get lung cancer or they get sick from something. So it still kind of comes out of nowhere, but you weren't necessarily expecting it then. And so it feels like, and it feels like this is a lot emotionally for you. And, like, it's okay. I just want you to know it's okay.
Go ahead. Do you think?
And this...
Don't have any boundaries with us. Tell us how it is.
Yeah. Okay. Because, yeah. Go.
No boundaries with us.
Well, I want to ask you, like if it's resonating an older woman, because one thing that she's kind of coming through to me is that this might have been someone that you're not even necessarily thinking about because it was when you were so much younger, and it was like someone that was more prominent when you were younger, and then it's been so long since the passing or whatever, so you wouldn't necessarily think that she would be the first person to come through to try to talk to you. So I'm wondering if you have someone that's more recent, or if it's not hitting as much, because you can say that.
It's not.
Okay. Because this feels like it's almost also as if when you're young and like you have a great aunt, or you have like a grandma, someone that's older, that they're around and they know you, but you're younger, so you don't really know them that much. And like when they pass, it's like you're sad because you understand that your family's sad, but you don't necessarily feel that connected to this person, if that makes sense. Because she's an older woman from the family. She's like, I knew you when you were young. I talked to you a lot when you were young, but you don't necessarily have... Because one thing that happens is that people that show up, it can be different than you expect. And so I always say I don't guarantee a specific person, because whoever can come through. But it does feel like an older woman from your family that when you were younger, she was very involved in your life, and then she passed, so she hasn't been on necessarily like your mind or and a lot of your thoughts and feelings, that it would be interesting that she's the person coming through.
I want to interject. I can't speak for you, B, but I have a feeling like, this type of spirituality stuff, it's easier when you can't be so reluctant to believe. You have to be like somewhat accepting to the thing. So don't put up the wall. Let her
can't think of the person.
No, I understand, and I know you're trying to think of a person.
I just think you can't think of the person.
That's
I know you're
all
trying.
it is. And
I
there's
know.
nothing wrong with that. I'm not.
Yeah,
saying
he's just
there's
trying to
nothing
think
wrong
of who
with
it
I'm
is.
just trying to put.
Yes.
Can we like move forward? Because I'm trying to figure it out. That's
I'm
what
going to
trying
move forward
figure
to
out.
her messages,
Yeah, so
but
I
I
can
want
maybe
you,
figure it
yes.
out. Yeah.
And one thing that happens sometimes in readings when you're kind of open to whoever coming through, sometimes it's messages like for you to take home and go tell your mom. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen in this reading, but sometimes it's people coming through that are a little more distant to you directly, but it's because they have something they want to say to someone close to you. So again, sometimes it is somebody that you don't feel like, wow, I can't believe they would come through and talk to me, but they feel like they have something to say.
I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm going through my memory bank,
Yeah.
and like, damn,
No,
this
it's
person
fine.
might have died, and I didn't even know they died.
Yes.
Like, let me think.
And that's fine.
Like,
No, and that's fine.
Yeah, like I'm literally trying.
Go to someone else.
So
if it's easier.
No.
if it's
No,
easier
she's
to
tapped
start
in
somewhere
right now.
else.
No, there are things I want to say.
She's tapped in.
She just wants to tell you and have it translated that there, and this is going to sound, I feel like, dumb that I'm making it up on the spot, but that there are more stories and people that were connected to you when you were younger that you're not as aware of. And obviously we just talked about that. That's not necessarily my point. But what she wants to speak on is that it seems like now, as you're older, you are getting further and further away from your family in a sense. You're moving a lot more towards chosen family, and that's completely fine, but she wants to remind you that it's very, very important for you to know where you come from and who has been in your family and what they have done, because ancestors play a huge role in your life. But because you are a little bit less aware of, I would say, extended family tree, like more of the, okay, I know my aunt and uncle, but do I know my great aunt and uncle? Do I know the people one off, right? Like, oh, I heard about them once or twice from mom or grandma or whatever. But her point is that there is a lot of, she shows me like gold. And it's not necessarily like money, but there's a lot for you to learn and discover within your own lineage. And she wants to encourage you to ask more questions to your elders while you still have them. Because in her opinion, she was an elder for you and in the family and around. And just like you said, do you even know? Like, would you even know and remember? It happens to all of us. There are family members that when we're kids, we see them all the time. And then they die and we're older. We don't even know who the hell that person is. Like, but ancestors play a big role in your life because culturally they're very big. And they have played, how do I want to say this? They have been very influential because specifically, especially in America, being black, if your generation has been here 1, 2, 3 since grandparents, religion was not so nice. And it was sometimes turned its back on African American people. And so what they really had to rely on was they really turned to ancestors. And so she wants you to know the lineage has been there. We have always spoken to our ancestors. We have always looked to our ancestors, had their pictures, prayed to them, talked to them. It's something that's being lost now. And it's not to say that you're not still supported and uplifted by them, because that's not the case at all. But one thing with spirits is they can only do so much if you're not calling on them and asking for their help. If you are calling on them and asking for their help, they can do much, 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 much more. And so that's her word of caution. And she's like, boy, I know you. Like, I know you, but you for some reason don't know me. And she knows how it happened. She knows how, she just shows me, like, over time, people story tell less and less and talk less and less about who was around in childhood and all these memories and things that happen, because especially in this day and age, you're very caught up in views and money and sales and all the things that we have to be caught up in. But she just wants you to know, like, you in some respect lose part of yourself when you don't have an understanding and are connected to your lineage. And she wants to encourage you to look more into it. There's like those books that's like, Mom, I want to hear your story, or like, Dad, I want to hear your story, or whatever. And it just has a bunch of questions for them about their childhood and stuff. And she's not necessarily saying like, oh, you need to go buy this book, because that's not what she's saying at all. But she's saying like the idea of it, that you open up intentional conversations with your elders while you have them. Because she's not saying that necessarily anyone is leaving anytime soon, but that's how it happened with her. She didn't necessarily prep her own line to continue on stories that she knew and she remembered about her parents. And then those things dissipate. If nobody knows the story and nobody tells it to the next generation, we're losing parts of ourself. And so she just wants you to know that there are many ancestors. Like, she shows me a line of people ready and willing to step up and like be on your team and provide more and help you with more. But one thing about ancestors and spirits is that they're much less reluctant to aid if they aren't called on and asked. And so she's like, she feels like life has been harder for you than it should be. And just like, you've had to be more on top of things, like more meticulous with your time, like just doing more when they could ease the burden if you ask them for help. And again, not that anyone in your life is...
Oh, the hitter right there. That one you just said. I could see it.
Sound you just
I
made?
could see it in his life.
That note he just
What
hit?
was that noise?
Keep
hit
going,
a
sorry,
note.
keep going.
But no, not that anyone's going to pass anytime soon or anything, but you don't know when they'll pass. And you have people here right now that have stories and can tell you who this may be and who you've been connected to. And that's really, really important for you to have before it's lost to time and space. Again, because they just feel like life has been harder for you than it should be, especially recently. Like, and this is a time of year that I would say spirits are most potent, especially when you think about like Dia de los Muertos, like all of that. So they have a lot of ability to come over and assist. Again, when you talk about across cultures, they all almost have a version of this. And so you have people ready to back you up, but you're lacking an understanding of who could be there and how you could tap into them. And to note, like, that you came in here open-minded, but when it got more serious is when I felt like you closed the book. And that's not what she wants you to do. Like, that's the opposite. Like, it's a little uncomfortable. Sometimes it's upsetting, especially if you're finding out or rediscovering, like, oh, this person passed only at this age from this. People don't always want to learn that because it's heavy, and then it makes you worry about your own self and your people. But she's like, this is knowledge you're missing out on. Like, you need to know about your people, and it will embolden you. It will not feel like a weight, because I think that's another thing, that there's fear that if we know more about our loved ones that passed on, that's more weight to carry, burden to carry, sadness, whatever that may be. And so we would rather kind of ignore, and that's just not what she necessarily wants for you. And she thinks there's just a lot more that's like information that's right out there for you to touch and grab, but you have to be the one to go ask and grab and get the info.
What you think? What are you thinking, Julius?
I'm thinking, I don't know who it is.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah, that's all I'm thinking.
Might have
I
to
don't
ask
know who
Mom.
it is. I'm trying to think, like, and I know it shouldn't be like that, because I'm open to what you're saying completely. The way that my mind works, I'm like, who the fuck is she talking about?
No, I know. And then
Because-
you almost get distracted.
No, I'm
that.
hearing you. I'm taking the keys that you're saying and saying, like, taking people off of the list.
Uh-huh.
You're like, okay, it
So,
can't be
like,
this person. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not like, you said some shit that you shouldn't have been able to say for no reason. That's a fact.
Like what?
I can't pinpoint on the exact things. Just certain statements came at the perfect time, if that makes sense.
I see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I'd say that's another point about each reading. You can want to talk to a specific person, and it might be a different person that comes through, because what you need to hear right now can only be said by that other person.
And and I keep looking at my phone because my girl's messaging me, but without saying it, I think that's true. And
What's your girl saying?
it's a lot. There's a lot that
Did she know the medium's here?
she's watching. She watches every,
Oh, she's
every
watching.
week.
She
Oh,
Every week.
damn.
Yeah.
What's up?
But
I have yet to meet her.
see.
Hater.
Bro, bring her, bro. Why ain't she?
Well, he's got kids and shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But-
that's true. I forgot.
Not kids and shit. I love y'all.
I guess
Keep going, mama.
what I got from it is I have to do some digging, because
Yeah.
Dig it.
and that
But this is a deep fool. Like, this fool fucking
He gets
come
deep.
to me with shit. Like, I feel like I think a lot, and this fool come to me with like 10 times deeper thoughts. I'm like,
Nah,
damn,
he deep.
I don't think at all.
He deep.
So
Dude, can you do him?
No,
Yeah,
you're gonna do
fuck.
him.
I feel like
No. Oh, she feeling it over here, bro.
No.
Yeah, no, get Tristan,
What
bro.
if I said you picking the black people?
wow.
Oh.
Do a white person.
Maybe their ancestors are stronger.
You see how he sat up?
Yeah.
Look at this motherfucker. Let him do it.
Do
Now,
you have-
whatever. My question is, before we get into another person, is it possible that someone can come through, but you're talking to like
Like, because his girlfriend's watching, what if that's her
even
aunt
that,
or someone
or like,
connected
what
to
if it's
her?
like for him,
I
or what
thought
if
of
it's for
that
him,
too,
or what if it's for
but-
him? Like,
We all feel it. I feel it. what you said. I feel
would
it.
that be
thing-
for me or for her? Would it be somebody? Because I thought that too, but then you said it was somebody from my childhood.
Yeah.
So how would they know? I didn't know her.
No,
you know what I mean?
no. I'm saying that does happen sometimes. That it's like, and especially if you ever watch like Long Island Medium or Tyler Henry, sometimes they're reading a person and their family member.
Because she's more open to this shit than I am. She's talking about, let
so
her
it's
pick
like-
you first. Let her read you first. She
And
did
then-
And then I
that.
did.
Yeah, exactly. So then I was like,
No,
could she be talking about? But then I'm like, wait, I don't know her family from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
you don't know all that
No,
extensive
I
stuff.
do feel like for you, it was for you.
Okay.
Do I think that messages can translate across people? Yes.
Okay.
So do I think that there's maybe a couple things said that was maybe for her? Yes. And one thing I noticed, like, especially when I do a full day of readings, like today, sometimes a theme comes up. 3 people are going through a different scenario, but the like theme of the message is recurrent. And to me, that's because now that's more collectively we go through shit. Collectively,
I think I figured it out.
because we're connected and like.
But wait, see, it's more complicated than that.
No, and that's okay. It is complicated.
I want to squeak on it because this is a good episode. So I don't know my dad. I know who my mom told me could possibly be my dad. So when it comes to that, then I don't know how to figure out this information without getting a DNA test.
Yeah.
If it could be from that side of the family.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, who was around when I was a baby that I heard stories? Because I've always asked my family stories. That's the thing that didn't resonate. Because I've always been talk to my family to figure out about my family and talk to my kids about their family. So as a child, there was this one person that was a woman. She wasn't in her 60s, but she would be like 50 something.
Yeah.
But she passed away a long time ago. She was like 20 something. But my mom and them used to tell me stories of her loving the fuck out of me and always every time she came around. And when you said that statement, you was like, boy, you remember, you know me.
Yep.
That kind of attitude was the attitude that they would give me in the conversations when they brought her up.
Exactly. Like, why? But it's true though. When we're older, we don't necessarily genuinely. Nobody wants to say it. You don't necessarily remember all the people that held you when you were a baby, and all the people that your parents and family told you was around. You don't necessarily always remember them, but it doesn't mean they weren't impactful in your life and knew the hell out of you. Like, and so what I would say is that I think it's interesting that you said the thing about storytelling, because I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said it didn't resonate. What I would say is that I think now more than ever, even just with the internet, even not necessarily with a DNA test, you can find more and more information out. And I think that's encouraged as well, of like, there are more resources now than there's ever been for you to find that information out. And what it made me think about is how I at one point said, like, sometimes there's shit people don't want to talk about in families. Like, it's more of a taboo topic, and don't let me ever speak for you, but like dad and his lineage feels like a taboo topic, kind of like people don't want to dig into it, right? But there might be stuff that would be beneficial for you to know, and it's important to even have the uncomfortable conversations of digging deep, and not just the ones that we're like cool with telling over and over again, because that's what made me think of.
All right, do me.
We've definitely had
Do me.
She
Come on.
said she-
All right, do him. Sorry, do him.
Didn't you say
Sorry,
you do
dude.
astrological readings and stuff, or do you do tarot and stuff like that?
I'm sorry, what was the first part of the question?
Astrological. What does that mean? Like,
Yeah, so I do astrology readings. So I offer birth chart,
Stupid fucker
which
said
is no, it's fine.
just
Which is where the moment you were born, the time, the space, the location, all the things. The stars on the planets were all in a specific location at a certain degree. So the birth chart is that I pulled the chart of the sky from the moment and the location that you were born. And that tells me a picture of you and what you're likely to experience in life, and what some hardships would be, what some strengths would be, things that are going to be recurrent themes in life for you. So that's a natal birth chart. I do synastry relationship readings. So we take 2 people that are in a relationship, their birth charts, and we kind of compare them to the others, and we see like where you guys might have tension. You might butt heads a little bit more in these areas, on these topics, in these type of circumstances. In these areas, you might be on the same page. Things flow really well. So those are kind of relationship readings. And then I do solar return readings, which every year about the time of your birthday, it can be a day before, it could be a day after. The moment that the sun returns to the exact degree that it was at when you were born.
And is that in reference to like the astrological signs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Well, I know my astrological
Talk to the mic more, talk to the mic a little
so
more.
I was gonna ask you, like, maybe if you could, maybe off my vibe, what you would give me right now.
Well, I don't really guess people's signs.
Okay, all right,
That's
all right.
not really what I do. I'll read the hell out of your chart and tell you
Okay.
all about yourself, but I don't really guess people's signs, because one thing that I think comes up is you've got a sun, you've got a moon, you've got a rising sign. Hardly or not as many people know about the rising sign, but the rising sign is first impressions that you make on people. So I've noticed that sometimes when people guess somebody's sign, they guess the rising sign, because that is something that rules more first impressions and appearance and just meeting someone. So they're not going to guess your sun sign, and then if you don't know your rising sign, like, you're not going to know.
Just you asking that, you're giving Pisces, bro. You're a needy, you're a needy bitch, bro. Bro, you're giving hella needy. Nah,
This guy.
but all right.
Okay.
Tafari, give me more on his. Tell me about his.
Yeah, he's
afro.
got some weird energy with this.
He's got the Patrick Mahomes haircut kind of going on.
Thank you, I guess. I don't know.
Is there anyone specific you'd like me to try to tap into?
No.
Okay.
Come on, bro. Give
Oh,
her
he has
something.
somebody. He's just not saying.
Yeah, let her
Nah.
bite something, bro. Come on.
No. I want to see.
Okay. To me, I also want to say, like, mediumship, while it is specifically sometimes me channeling a person on the other side, it's also, to me, just channeling in general sometimes. And I feel like for you, it's more so like messages that want to be delivered to you rather than like a person.
Okay.
Just to start with that. Okay. Whether you have wanted to admit it or not, I think that you have been experiencing some bits here and there of, and I feel like you don't even necessarily want this aired out, but sorry, that's kind of what you signed up for today, of fear around inability to provide, not only for yourself but your family. Obviously, that's something I feel like I could have picked up on from you guys just talking about the fact that you got a new job, but it's much deeper than you are letting people into, because it's actually kind of transforming into a bit of, I want to say, like, general anxiety. Like, it's more often. You're having a harder time falling asleep. You're having a harder time remembering what's on your to-do list, remembering all the tasks that you got to do. You're feeling more forgetful lately, and just like things are fuzzy, and there's a lot going on, and it's all moving so fast. And how can I keep up with everything and still feel like connected? Because it feels like there's so much in your head. Your head is so cloudy and fuzzy that it's preventing you from feeling like you are actually, even if you reach out and touch somebody, that you're actually like connecting with and to them, because you're still living in your head. And what's important for you to know is that one, it's not a bad thing that you're having thoughts around providing. It's not a bad thing that you have a desire to be able to provide, and then therefore a fear of not being able to provide in return. That's not a problem. It's a good motivator, and it's a natural human instinct, and it's something that you can channel for good when it's channeled intentionally for good. When it's overwhelming, that's where we're at right now. That's where we've been at. And so it makes you feel more disconnected from others. It makes you feel more confused about if any and every little thing you do is the right thing. Like, that's a question that's constantly coming up. Am I doing the right thing? Should I have done that? Should I have not have done that? Like, and even after you've done it, going back and questioning it and being like, and running it over 5 times in your head. And again, then not being able to sleep at night. Like, so we need to clear the fog. We need to clear the fog. We need to tell the fog that it's not here to stay. That you are allowed to have a desire to provide and protect your family, and not let the opposite of that fear of not being able to, become your like dominant state, because that's not where you want to live, because now you're missing out on actually seeing your kid and feeling like you're there present in that moment with them, enjoying it. Instead, you're right there, they're looking at you, and you're like, oh my God, how the hell am I gonna buy dinner tomorrow? How the hell am I gonna buy this for them or make this work? And so they're right there across from you, and that's your time, but you're not there. And so what you need to know, there's always room for worry and fear and anxiety, should we allow ourselves to focus on it and allow it to overcome us, almost, in a sense.
Wait,
It's always going to exist.
How'd you know he had a kid?
Because you guys said it earlier.
Oh, okay, we had.
It goes to the theme. 2 things to say. One, her energy's not on me anymore. I don't feel it anymore. That's fucking crazy. It literally is gone. But that's just noted for anybody who's paying attention to that type of theme of it. Like, her energy literally left me, and I know he feels it. Wait, it's heavy, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
Bro, I had my heart was beating, bro.
That shit was crazy, bro.
But my mom just fucking texted me.
What'd she
So, are you
say?
saying
She said,
She just said she loves me. Good night, and like, she does it randomly. That's not normal. I definitely feel like ask her the question right now. Like,
I
what's
love
up?
that.
you better call her, bro. Put her on the speakerphone.
That's a sign. That's a message for sure.
Damn, that's crazy.
my heart's beating? I'm hot as fuck right now.
Be like, who died when I was younger?
Yes.
No, all right. Back
I
to
feel my heart beating in my
Tristan though.
feet.
Yo,
Well, and I would say another important thing, if you're gonna say it to someone else, is like, again, it was anti-energy, not necessarily it's blood anti, but like they would tell you like that's your auntie, because that's the easiest way to explain someone's connection sometimes in a family, right? Like, and so that's how it feels for you. Back to you. I can feel it, and you feel like you're drowning. You're in a hole. You keep trying to find your way out of it, and you feel like you can't. And as much as you try to continue to look for the light, it's continuing to escape you. What you need to know is that you are putting too many rules to when and how and why you deserve to be happy. I need to have this much money. I need to have done this. I need to have accomplished this. Okay, well, I still have this coming up. Okay, well, when the hell are you going to be happy and enjoy life? Just like we said, as long as you want to prioritize worry and fear, it will be at the top of your list. You have to almost, it's like cough medicine. You need to forcefully swallow it and get it the hell out of the way and say, fuck, it's a part of life. Let me move the hell on, because why am I sulking in it? That I'm stuck in the fucking hole, that I'm drowning in the middle of the fucking ocean and nobody knows what's going on with me. Well, you're also not telling anybody. You're also not trying to instead of, I feel like this is how it feels. You're trying to reach out and grab the sun as in accomplishment and happiness, rather than you're trying to reach out and find connection. And we don't need perfection, and we don't need to have accomplished every goal and dream we ever had for life to be okay and life to be good. We do need others, though, and we need to feel connected to our people, because I think that goes back to the whole idea of like why is spirituality a thing, blah, 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 because humans were never meant to be alone. Humans were never meant to be individuals living by themselves. We are a herd species. We need people. You need people. But the thing is, you have people, but you got to reach out and let them help you. Let them be there for you. Tell them what's going on. Tell them how you've been feeling. And when you're there with them, don't let yourself be half-assed there. Tell your own mind to shut the fuck up and put that shit on the back burner for you to worry about tomorrow, literally, like, it's just like the SpongeBob episode that he has all the filing cabinets in his brain. Like, literally, sometimes you got to do that with your thoughts and shit. Like, okay, this is something I cannot solve right now. I'm going, literally, physically, like, visualizing this in your brain. I am putting this in the cabinet. I am closing the cabinet. I'm walking away. Okay. I got my kid right here. I am so fully invested. Like, it doesn't matter. We're playing a game. We're watching a show. Like, we're doing whatever. All of that stuff is gone. Because the unfortunate truth of life is that we could all die at any and every moment, right? It's all, I would say, luck and blessings for the most part that we all get to continue on as long as we normally do. But should something happen to any of your people or you tomorrow, was this the best use of your time? Was it the best way to spend meaningful time that you did have with people?
I'm just kidding. Hey, yo, chill.
Damn, son.
You're saying the podcast ain't shit?
Damn, we ain't shit, bro.
Is that what you're saying, B?
No,
Okay,
not
keep
at
going,
all.
keep going.
This is a form of connection.
Before
for
she
sure.
keeps going, how is this hitting with you, Tristan?
It's hit, yeah.
Is it hitting?
It's
All right,
hitting.
let's keep going.
I can feel the hit.
I can hear it. Bro, I was feeling the hit, bro.
We know it's hitting.
We
just
know
from
it's
watching
hitting
him.
just because we know him. I know this motherfucker, like, just,
Like
you know.
that, yeah, we know him like
we've
that.
gotten
We're
really
brothers.
close with him, so, like, we know it's
Thank you.
hitting. We know it's
You're
hitting.
welcome.
All right, let's
I
keep
told
going,
you it was gonna
too.
be okay. It wasn't gonna be
I can't wait to
scary.
hear you, motherfucker.
Bro.
Oh,
B, do me.
No, hold on. Give him a
Okay.
little. Give him a little.
Give-
A little ender for
the
him.
end-
No, he's good. It's
off.
time for you to prioritize enjoyment of life rather than success. Because also, I think the idea of success is a huge thing hovering over you like a rain cloud. And success is different for everybody. Like, I would say I have been successful in my realm, but I also dropped out of law school, dropped out of my master's program because they weren't fitting for me, because this was fitting for me. And every time I tried to do other shit, it didn't work. Even though I was capable and able and I got the grades and I could be successful, that was me playing to other people's version of success. And as soon as I started playing into my own version of what felt good for me, irregardless, being willing and prepared for somebody to be like, girl, you are not shit. The shit you're doing, not shit. And me being like, that's cool because I'm cool with it. And so that's just, it's not to say that anything you're doing right now is wrong, but it's to say that you have to shift your perspective and focus on what feels fulfilling to you as your own individual with your own family dynamics, your own way of living, and not trying to match what a definition of success is to even the majority of people.
I think that's just good advice round. I know it's
Yeah.
hitting with him,
Yeah.
like, particularly, but, like, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Hitting you too.
He's
Hell
a-
yeah.
Good advice, motherfucker.
Okay. Advice. I'm
He
sorry.
said, that's good advice. That's good advice.
That's good advice. That's good advice.
That's good advice.
My cat scratched. What the fuck? She scratched me.
All right.
She's going hella
Fuck
hard
yeah,
on
dude.
my leg right now.
Do you feel better,
She
Tristan?
likes it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Keep looking up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. All right.
All right,
I
B.
feel like...
I'm not gonna be as simple, but sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I'm not gonna be as easy.
Okay, that's fine. I feel like...
You're funny.
bro.
You're supposed to be
He's
open
gonna
to
cry.
it. What do you mean?
I'm open to it.
Yo, you're gonna
All right.
cry, bro.
How many people have died here?
What? What kind of a question
She
is
doesn't
that?
like that type of stuff, bro.
I feel
How
like
many people have died here?
in this house,
Right here in these four walls.
I don't know. I feel like someone from the 1800s coming up. No, I'm just playing. That is a crazy question
Nah.
because how overwhelming would it be for me to be tapped into the millions of people that have already passed on since the
Exactly.
beginning of humanity?
Channel.
Okay.
A channel
Channels.
is one.
It's a fair question, but that's my response.
Channel is so. Do
How many
you-
people have died here in the last 100 years?
Oh my god.
Can, so, you said you can see, hear, and feel. Mm-hmm. Is it only when you channel, or even in your everyday life?
So, the hard part about being a medium is that you don't always get to control when spirit's trying to translate something. For the most part, spirit is going to respect when I'm channeling and when I'm not channeling, unless they feel like it's important. And it's because, in a sense, I do 100% say it is F me. I am a servant to spirit. I am of service to others. That is the point of my gift. I have known things and said things to people that, like you kind of mentioned earlier, there's no reason I would ever say it the way I said it, the string of words that I said it in, that it would resonate so much with someone. So I do see it as a gift, right? And I think while I do try to have boundaries of like I'm channeling when I'm channeling or I'm not when I'm not, I do give myself up to spirit because they gave me this for a reason. And on a side note, I feel like, as I mentioned, like my other paths I took in life before, I felt like every time I ran from this, spirit in a sense punished me because they're like, this is what you're meant to do, and there's a reason why you're able to do it. And if you're not willing to do it, like we're and it's going to make spirit sound harsh, but in a sense, we're not willing to help you and assist you in a path that we don't necessarily think is right for you.
Wait, spirit sound howrish?
What?
You said it's gonna make it sound spirit sound how? What?
You're an asshole.
Yeah,
He's
harsh.
trying to say harsh.
He's just trying to
No,
talk
he's a
shit.
dick.
No,
Don't
no,
listen.
I'm really,
Don't listen.
100%.
No, harsh.
Okay,
Yeah.
1,000%.
Oh,
And
you just didn't know
mean.
what word she said?
Well,
Oh, okay.
and
No, 1,000%. I was not trying to be mean. I was like,
Oh, okay.
you're totally
howrish.
fine.
Sometimes he's just a dick, so
Yeah,
we
No,
always
no,
take
no.
the...
How?
Well, and sometimes
I
I
was
don't
not- I was not being a
like
dick.
to say like spirit will punish me, because then I think, okay, now it sounds like God and like all the very specific rules, especially when you think about like Catholic guilt, like, and how that's a prominent thing. So I don't necessarily like to use the word punish, but I think for me, when I went and I tried to do other shit, it felt like I was being punished because it felt like shit. And so they gave me these gifts, and it's my duty and my responsibility to let myself, I guess, as an individual, take a seat back and just be of service to others. And however that's going to show up, whenever that's going to show
Not
up,
everybody
whether
has
I'm
them.
trying to channel or not. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And it's unique. All my readings wildly unique and different, and they're awesome.
This is like a small question, but I'm sorry. But spirit, you say they, and then you say spirit specifically. Is that what's behind that?
I think I say they because spirit to me still is so like overarching. Because for me, I guess when I'm going to say like my spirit team, when I'm talking to my spirit team, it consists of ancestors. It consists of my best friend, right? She's not my ancestor. It consists of spirit guides. Like, and so I say they because I also, in the same sense that I want to say spirit, please translate that to whatever fits for you. I say they because when I'm doing your reading, it might be ancestors talking to me, and when I'm doing his reading, it might just be spirit. It's not anybody specific.
So spirit is, would you let me phrase it as another word for God, or is that not?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
exactly. Okay, that's what,
100%.
okay, cool.
And
cool,
like I said, like I'm not necessarily religious. I don't follow necessarily
so it makes
religion.
sense.
But
this shit
even
up, little
sometimes to this day, sometimes when something comes through to me, it's like I use the word, or the word God is how it comes.
Yeah.
And so, and then it's different, like depending on the day. So that's why I'm like, it's literally all the same to me. And I think that's the beautiful part of humans. Again, astrology, religion, whatever. We've all come up with different versions of practicing. And so, yeah, it's just a different method.
I like that shit I was talking about earlier. Like, Jesus couldn't spread across 7 continents. There had to be different people to spread this message. Whether it be Allah or Muhammad or what's that guy in India? Buddha, yeah. Or Jesus.
Yep.
They had to spread it across these continents to do these things.
Yeah. And I have a lot of clients that like they're really into deities. And like, do I know as much about that? No, because that's not necessarily where my practice takes me. But have there been times that I've channeled for them? Yes, because again, to me, it's kind of like whatever on the other side. Like if they're allowing me to connect with them, they're allowing me to connect with them, and then that can be shared.
All right, do me now.
All right, Deryk's ready. This guy.
Do me.
This guy.
I'm gonna kill
my mom and kill my dad.
Do you feel Deryk?
What the fuck?
Like that.
Wait,
Like that TikTok.
I don't think she feels Deryk.
I have one question. Is this how like you usually operate as far as like feeling
is
messages
spiritually
and
retarded.
spirits, like with the paper and the pen? Stuff like
Yeah,
that?
when I do medium sessions, I always use my paper and pen.
said that.
Usually people tell me who they want to talk to, but I also totally understand and respect when people don't necessarily want to say, oh, I want to talk to this person, because then, yeah, you are opening the door for more skepticism, and I'm just going to say general things that would probably fit to, like, oh, you said your mom, or oh, you said your brother, or whatever. But that's the pen and paper. It's scribbling is like the term, and it's something that I definitely do when I do medium readings.
Okay.
If I'm doing my tarot readings or my tarot/oracle readings, I'm using cards. However, sometimes people come for a tarot reading and I don't pull a goddamn card. And I just channel. Like, his would be more so what a tarot oracle reading would have been. That one was obviously more so mediumship. But I didn't need any cards for that, because that's, again, why I say mediumship is kind of more broad to me, because it's channeling. Whether it's channeling a person, it's channeling the messages, it's channeling whatever.
Yeah,
Even in my astrology readings, I say, like, you could talk about somebody's chart for days and years on end. It's endless, how much you can dive into it. But I still, even though it's a pen and paper, book, logic, you studied books and learned these things for astrology, it's almost like a course, right? Like a discipline. During astrology readings, I still say that I feel like I channel spirit, because spirit tells me what I should talk about. Because it's endless. Am I going to talk in a loop? No, people only get a certain amount of time for an appointment. So I feel like spirit guides me and directs me on, oh, I should talk about this part of your chart. Oh, I'm being led over here now. Let's talk about this. And then a lot of the times people will tell me, like, that's actually something that's been coming up a lot for me past few months, past year. Like, that's been like a recurrent theme. And so I feel like that's another way of, like, spirit being used. Even in my astrology reading, that's technically me, like, book knowledge, sharing that with someone. I'm still being guided and routed via spirit.
Got it.
Sorry, what do you charge for an hour?
So an hour medium reading is
right now, because the price today ain't yesterday's price. So
no, the price for my medium reading is an hour is $120. My tarot or my astrology readings, an hour is
give me a gist.
I think I just honestly don't even know off the top of my head, because I have different prices for, like, my Denver shop and my regular shop. So I don't always remember, but I think it's around, I'm going to say 75. Might be cheaper, might be up to 85, but I think it's around 75.
This is 2024 November, so prices
Year
went
prices
up.
go
We're
up.
charging
You got
these
it.
Denver
You know
broads
they got those
85.
tariffs coming in.
No, but
Gotta get
Tariffs, yeah,
information.
China tariffs.
a plug for myself. I did just get a new office space in Pueblo.
Hey.
It's at Lux V Salon down on Main Street. So I offer in-person readings there, tarot, astrology, or mediumship, and I also offer virtual readings via Zoom. Or for tarot or astrology only, I offer video recorded readings that you don't have to be present. I can do the reading on my own time. I record it. I send you a private YouTube link. You can watch the reading as many times as you want. So check out my site, taurustelepathy.com.
Boom.
And just to add on to that, guys, I would love to be here more often. Hopefully she accepts that. And guys, expect to see her 1,000 times.
Maybe
a
reading
year.
y'all.
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly.
Maybe if you're fortunate enough.
I would every type of video. We need these deep insights. So I could see it happening in every type of way, and
Cool.
I could see a good relationship here.
Yeah, for sure.
But
All right. Deryk, are you ready to get red?
Oh, man.
Okay.
Wait, let me crack up a raspberry.
Hey, be quiet.
Hey, give me a cheers. Give me a cheers. Crack open a Razzie. Cheers me up, brother.
Hearing the truth about Deryk.
Yeah, seriously, bro. I want to see him fucking cry. That would be fucking...
Okay, I was about to cry when Tafari was getting red, dude. My heart was pounding.
I ain't gonna lie. I got a little
Bro.
emotional
Yeah, bro.
Like,
beginning too, because it's heavy.
Dude, I was fucking... And I'm open.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Get me.
She doesn't even draw one line.
She just
for you,
draws a
bro.
penis.
One line
I'm like,
for you.
yep, I knew it. I was like, I fucking knew it.
One line, bro.
Just draws a dick. I'm like, damn it, I fucking knew it.
He moves
Okay.
whatever. Okay.
I would say yours. Yeah, let's tune in because this is.
Take off my glasses? Or?
No, you're good. I think deeper and darker than you expect.
I'm dark.
Probably not something you necessarily thought would be aired out to your whole following.
Please.
But is about to be.
Air it out.
Please, God.
Air it out for
She about to take off your
people.
mask, Deryk. We've
Yeah.
been talking about
We've been
this.
talking about
I
this.
hope you're prepared.
She's all, you're
Friends.
gay as fuck.
I need everyone to be
Locked.
respectful
Yeah.
as I would expect of you, and you have been.
Okay.
But it is going to get emotional, I would say. I'm not saying I'm going to make you cry.
So nervous.
I want you to.
I am saying it's okay if you cry. And
I'm trying to be serious. Let's be serious.
Yeah, seriously.
I would say part of the reason this is coming up,
Okay.
and that's a sign to me.
Ooh, coughing,
Just
bro.
so you know, it
She just
does.
got choked up, boy. That's.
Pueblo's finest
So I'd
tap
say
water.
I mean, yeah, there is something. in the tap
his
water.
was a bit heavy, but not as heavy as
I
yours.
thought I was
Okay.
heavy.
So, yeah. So, I just kind of wanted to prep everybody for that. Because sometimes when you go into a reading, and you, especially when you don't know what to expect, right? You don't know what to expect. And then sometimes when I come out with your deepest, darkest thoughts,
Okay.
you can feel
You're You're fluffing it.
put on the spot. Okay.
Ooh. Get in
Love
here,
the
Tafari.
fluff. I'm here for the fluff.
You got to hear this one.
Okay.
No, hit it. Yeah, you're good.
It makes me sad because I feel like lately you have been having I am not going to sugarcoat it, as uncomfortable as it may be, the S word thoughts. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I do.
SUI.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I am not saying
Deleting myself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Content safe way, I'd say. I am not saying you've had any thought or intention around doing something, but I am saying that your mind has gotten darker and darker. I would even go as far to say as the years have gone on, specifically adulthood, and that it didn't necessarily look how you thought it was going to look. And every year you have continued to be faced with more and more hardships. And it's like constant reality checks of, I didn't know life was going to be this fucking hard, and I didn't necessarily sign up for this shit. And it's like every hardship has taken
wanna
the
see you.
lights down a notch, that it's gotten darker.
Okay.
Does
keep
that
going.
make sense?
I'll let you continue.
Yeah, no, for sure.
She said, I'm gonna continue.
she's
I'm
trying to
going
build.
continue.
No, I'm talking about like seriously the visual of like you're in a room
Okay.
and when you were younger, and obviously I knew you in high school, like you had a light to yourself,
And we were homies.
and we were homies.
I fucked with you then. I fuck with you
We
now.
partied. We had great times
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Great gal.
Yes.
Top 5 Americans, right
Top and very smart,
Up there with Obama.
very kind, very caring of others, very
Wait,
in
what?
tune. Okay.
here. Keep going. Just keep complimenting me, please.
He loves that part.
But no, my point is I can even remember it, but how they're showing it to me is like you really had a light. And this is not to say you don't have the light anymore, because what I want to point out and focus on is everything you do is to put a smile on other people's face. That's your motivation and your driver. You're not doing this for you. And you understand sometimes people don't watch videos. So I get it. Sometimes I am going to be the only person like watching something I made. But
Fuck
the
How do people watch this shit, bro? We just
Yes.
we just got fucking
Defensive.
like we got
Instantly
100,000
defensive.
fucking
Instantly
views in like the
defensive.
last 28 days.
No, I totally
Defensive.
yes, and that's amazing.
Okay, sorry.
You still have the inner drive of wanting to bring light.
Yep.
However, as you have become more and more of an adult and have had more and more experience with how hard it is, which I'm speaking generally now for everybody, how hard it is to pay rent and to buy groceries and to have gas money and to all of those things. Your internal light has been dimming over the years. And number one thing on my website, when you pull it up, your brain is a bedroom. You live in your brain all the time. Your brain is a bedroom. If it is cluttered and there is a lot of shit going on,
Let's
and
stay open.
you're good.
I mean,
You're
my body language is open.
Don't worry, you're good.
I'm not going to close off. My body language is open.
You're telling her to.
No, but keep going.
Come over here, ZZ.
Then your mental health isn't going to be that good either if it's all cluttered and everything, and the room is kind of dark. Okay, on the other side, we have our brain as a bedroom, and we take meticulous care of it. We can't let up. We have to constantly do the hard things to care for it, even when we don't want to. Laziness doesn't get to be a thing. Like, discipline has to come above all else, because keeping everything in order and keeping the lights on is going to ensure that you're okay. And that every day when you wake up, you're starting on a good note. Okay, this is not to
Hurt my feelings.
put blame on you for your own mental state, because I think that could be how it sounds after I describe the bedroom. But the point is the idea, the saying, your brain is a bedroom, because you're the only one living in it. And you're the only one that knows how dark or messy and unkept it really is. And as much as you have continued to try to pull motivation and inspiration from how you impact others, it feels like as time goes on, your web is spreading. You are being connected to more people. You are impacting more people. However, you are retreating more and more from yourself. And it's not the idea of like fame or popularity, you're too busy. Like, it's not things like that. It's like, at some point, how much of what you're doing is, and I guess he kind of alluded to this earlier, that's kind of a message for everybody, but how much of what you're doing is because you feel like you have to, because other people are expecting it from you, and you feel like you don't have a choice, and how much is it because you actually are motivated and want to do this still. And again, it's not to say all of this or all the work that you do isn't hitting or fitting or resonating for you anymore. It's not that, but it's that idea of feel good, look good, play good, right? Look good, feel good, play good, whatever order it is. You don't feel okay. And so you're showing up, but you're not at your best self. So in some respect, the product's not at its best self. And I think you have been trying to push forward relentlessly.
Can I rebuttal?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been waiting for him to. Nice little sip of the twisted tea.
So, okay. Anybody that makes content knows. Yo, unless you got unlimited dollars, you're gonna fucking come across problems.
Yeah.
And if B is from humble beginnings like the rest of us. Like we, none of us have been handed fucking shit, which is perfectly fine, and like I'd rather live life like that. And if I had $1 million, I would have 4 cameras and I'd have everything. But shit's not like that. Life's not like that.
Yeah.
So it's I'm not saying I have the worst life ever, but we're all doing the best we can.
For sure.
And what you're saying is I'm not putting my best foot forward, but life's not a uphill battle.
No.
It's like this. Life's like this.
Yes.
And
please don't think I'm trying to that it's a critique of you. It is more so you have been working nonstop. You are exhausted. Whether you're able to fully recognize it or not, you have been hitting walls. And it's because how much rest time have you really had? Because if you're going to compare yourself to the people that have numbers, you're always going to be lower than them. But then how does that make you actually feel? And then how much more work and how much more less sleep do you get? And how much more ideas do you try to come up with to try to counter it? And again, that's not a bad thing. You're pouring into your business. But where is the separation and the distinction and understanding that you have a business and you have you?
Zero.
Yes.
I'd rather have this. We're only 20 once, and if you don't give 100% of your worth a fuck when you're 20 to 30
Yes.
to 40,
Yes.
you don't give a fuck about anything. Brett, you're gonna be
Okay.
50 years old and have nothing.
Okay.
I don't want to be 50 years old and have nothing. I don't
Yes.
want to like have to like. You see those fuckers at the bus stop
Yep.
that are like they're literally 60 and they got nothing. That shit. Imagine that. Imagine you go to fucking no. I swear.
We
Bro.
know what you're talking about. It's just your wording was great.
You fucking go to Walmart.
Where did this energy come
You go to
from?
Walmart. Well, she's fucking asking me all these fucking, and I'm literally fucking. having
You're
a
not supposed to be answering.
good.
She's supposed to be
No,
talking
you're
to you.
good.
No,
You're
but
good.
I'm
This
rebelling
is
to
how you're
her.
How
processing
do
it.
you?
No, that's how you gotta process it.
Like,
But-
bro, like you go to Walmart and you see these 60-year-old fools like fucking showing you where the toilet paper is. That's not gonna be me or anyone in my family. I pray to God.
Yeah.
You know, like hopefully not. Like that's horrible.
I am not saying that you shouldn't put your best foot forward and go 110% at all times with your business. I am saying you are fucking tired. Like, look at your eyes. Like, when
I'm gonna
is the
say
last time you have checked in with
I'm gonna
yourself?
reject that statement.
And okay, okay.
We've had
I
these
feel what
types
you're
of
saying,
conversations.
but I feel what you're saying. Be like, I am tired.
Outside,
I am
yeah.
tired. But you know,
Well-
the motherfuckers that quit when they're tired. Like, I am tired. Everyone's tired.
Yeah, okay.
Facts.
So this is my other thing. So what happens when you've worked at your exhaustion point for 10, 20, 30 years? You're likely to get cancer or get sick and die.
Nah, but
right?
what's your what? But if you're not putting those 30 years towards your dream, if you're putting them towards Target warehouse, yeah, I could see why you're fucking tired, bro. You did nothing.
Okay, but that's not the point.
Yeah, you're going far. She's
Yeah,
trying
you're
to
reaching.
let her do
The
her
best
thing.
hours in the fucking
No,
warehouse.
She's
it's
not
okay.
saying. Let me say from. She's not saying that. She's saying.
I am
exactly what you
combative. I am
agree.
okay. I'll
You're
chill.
being combative.
Okay, I'll chill.
She,
It's okay.
She said you're tired because you
I'll
are
chill.
tired, bro.
You are tired, bro.
We talk about this shit with the camera
All the
off
time.
all the time,
All
bro.
the
We
time.
talk about. We have in depth. You guys have every.
Okay.
I'm sure all of us all
Okay,
have in depth. and we can all
I'll
agree.
chill out. I'll chill out. Okay, please continue. Please continue. Please continue.
Shut the fuck up, Deryk.
It's really okay. Because so long as you are...
Look how far he is on the couch.
I don't think there's any... I don't think there's any way I could say it. Okay, let me say this one thing. Sometimes when people get readings, they are not necessarily... Okay, let me give an example. One time I gave this girl a reading. It was about, you should cut this dude off. She responds to me and she's like, I'll cut a motherfucker off at any point in time. I'll do it. I'm like, okay, that wasn't necessarily the point. I wasn't coming at you that you don't cut people off. But that's how she took it. And it really impacted me because I was like, damn, I feel bad. Like, she felt like the reading didn't resonate with her. It didn't fit with her. Okay, 6 months later, she's like tweeting about me, messaging me, saying me she needs another reading. I'm so great. Okay, so sometimes when people get a reading, you're not actually in the space yet to hear and digest and process. And I'm not saying this is happening to you.
I'm here with you, girl.
I know you are. But processing it.
No, I'm here with you.
But I think readings always come at the right time. And so to me, sometimes it's just about planting a seed. You can be against everything I'm saying right now.
I'm not
but
against you.
I hope
You really
it's
are.
okay. But I
Can I
hope...
touch you? Can I touch your shoulder?
It's okay. I know you're not against me.
I'm here with you.
The messages, though, they're triggering you. You don't want to hear you're tired, but I know you're tired.
I am. I said I'm tired.
But you said, I'm not fucking tired. I can do this forever.
No, but like I have to.
He said
know
all
you
those
have to.
Target
I
warehouse
know you have
workers should die.
No, I know I'm tired, but I have to do it.
I know.
I know.
I know.
He's a
And
young father.
All
He has
of
to
that,
do it.
I know. And the thing is, all of that can be fact.
Okay.
It doesn't mean it's not hard.
Yes, it's hard.
Because you said something earlier, and now I wish I could exactly quote you, but you were like, something.
Warehouse
You just have to
workers
do
should
it.
die.
You just have to do it. You just have to keep going. Like, I'm not going to stop. But it doesn't mean it's not hard. So come back full circle with me to your brain is a bedroom.
Okay.
The bedroom is filled with, okay, before we talked about SpongeBob with nice filing cabinets, okay, the end of that episode, all the fucking cabinets are on fire. He's running around. He's a goddamn mess. He's all over the place. Okay, that's more so the state in your mind. That there is so many ideas also getting tossed around all the time that I don't want to say it feels overwhelming because it doesn't feel overwhelming to you, but it's overwhelming your body. You can feel like you're not tired. Your physical body that you're loaning as a human is tired and it's exhausted. And burnout happens to people even when they're doing their passion. So please take into consideration how your passion can still be your passion and still weigh on you and still impact you in ways that aren't very healthy and beneficial. And what I would encourage from this is trying to become, and I feel like you're going to take offense to this, the way I'm going to say it.
I literally will take offense to nothing.
Is becoming a bit more structured in your schedule. Because
I tell these motherfuckers all the time.
Oh yes. Shut up.
B,
Don't throw
B,
this on
you
us.
think B, if my
never talk
videos,
if you know it.
my videos by
Yeah.
myself
Yeah.
come out on time.
Oh, I believe
when
it.
I get these fucking retards involved in it, bro, it's fucking late as fuck.
no, I believe it. But okay,
Whoa, hold on. No.
hold more boundaries. Tell them, I'm sorry, you can't come in. You were late.
Oh, we've been squeaking. Oh, we've been squeaking on it.
No, and I'm not saying this is all on you, but I'm saying there is a disconnect from your, like, I want to even say, like, your brain and your drive and your passion versus your body. Like, please recognize that you are a human and humans do require sleep regularly. Humans do best and are most successful when they have a schedule. Children, you can literally easily see it when children live in a chaotic environment. They're all over the place. They have a harder time in school. All of the things come up. When they live in a home that has a schedule and a structure for them to follow every day, those children are most successful. So this is to say sometimes, and this is a thing I tell people in reading sometimes you need to take yourself out of yourself. View yourself as you would view your family that you love and care about, your mother, your father, your brother, that you would be like, I would want them to care for themselves in this way. And if I was in charge of caring for them, this is how I would care for them. Because you are neglecting yourself.
I do. I understand. I agree with that. Okay. I agree
So
with that.
so the hope from this would be that, just like I said it for him, that you make the thought, visualize it into a file, put it away. Literally take yourself out of yourself, visualize your body as a different being that you care about and you love about and you need to care for it. Okay, how are you going to care for it now? Because it's not, now you're not weighed down with all the other stuff. This is just like a body, a person that I love and care for, and then this is how a person is cared for. They have regular meals. They have
Not
water.
just
Shut the fuck up!
Not just
Shut the fuck up!
Not just pork and potatoes.
Fuck up!
Fucking weirdo. Have a regular meal.
Why did I know when she
Take
said
off the
that?
mask, Derek.
She said that shit, and I looked over here like,
Take
this
off the
motherfucker-
mask, Derek.
This motherfucker gonna finna say something about my fucking potatoes.
Eggs.
Bro, I like
Only
potatoes.
Eats potatoes. Literally eats
Bro, I
potatoes
eat a
for
lot-
every meal.
Not every meal. They're fucking good, bro.
I've never
He's like a
seen
homeless
Derek
person.
eat.
Not like a potato. What's wrong?
Bro, I eat food.
No, he eats
I
like a
ate
homeless
Chick-fil-A
person.
today.
I've never seen Derek eat.
He.
Bro, okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. I feel like that wraps it up
Hyenas.
mostly,
go
but
That wraps it up for me. That's all I got.
I want you to know,
Oh, I'm lying. I
like,
can't eat
You
pizza.
tired, bitch.
I want to talk about my dead homies. I got.
okay,
We love you, Derek. I just want you to know that.
yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay, we've been
real.
going for 2 hours. B, I'm sure
Oh,
you're.
hold on. Oh, we got two more
But-
motherfuckers here.
But her mediumship, I'm sure it wears off after a
Yes,
while.
It's getting to him.
Does it not?
I mean, it gets tiring.
It gets
Does
tiring.
Does it get tiring?
Yeah.
Are you fine?
I feel like I need to read you I don't know if you're open to it, and if you're not, that's fine. Also, if you're open to it just not on camera, that's fine, and we could do that. Okay, off camera? Okay.
She was about to cry earlier, huh? You said you would make me cry. You didn't make me cry.
Well, I
She
feel
did.
like...
You cried like a little bitch. Oh my god! All the people at the warehouses.
Yeah, you just cried in a different way.
No, you teared up a little bit in the beginning.
Yeah,
and
you did.
I let off
Yeah,
the
you
gas just a little bit there. Because that's okay.
You
Have you
honestly-
ever heard a cry for help?
Yeah, right. You are very accurate, and we need to have you back. And I need to see, as much of this power as you're willing to showcase, and
Yeah,
because
for sure.
you're awesome.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you guys. I can't do it without people that are willing to open themselves to even the idea of the possibility of getting messages from spirit, from God, from loved ones, from whoever it may be. So everything I do is for the people. That's my thought and process and philosophy in life. I'm just here to serve others. So I specifically like to say, if you're going through a period of grief, and that you don't see hope or light in life, that's a great time to come get a reading, because we can find a way to help you find the light again, I'd say.
Julius, shut the fuck up.
he was just looking stupid in the background.
But okay, no, B.
I'm
But
so
but
sorry.
well, I want to bounce off. You guys are both stupid as fuck.
I wanted to get red, bro. You fucking...
What? Well,
no, hold on. You're
but
good.
wait, I want to reiterate, like just because we're having a good time. Wait, for the viewers, just because we're having a good time,
probably was.
like B was actually very accurate on me, and I'm just like,
She was accurate on all three
yeah,
of you.
she was very accurate on me, and I might be playing like a little bit up for the camera, but she was very accurate on me about how I feel in my personal life. I don't really speak about it much. Like me and Julius really had a lot of conversations. Me and Ricky had a lot of conversations about it. Me and Tafari had a lot of conversations about it. Me and Kill even had a lot of conversations about it. Cbass, we don't really talk about how I feel. Like I'm gonna kill myself. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah, before I off myself, I'll give you something. No, but like just it's just like I even posted online on our Facebook today, like this is something that we want to build for the community. This is something that could be for everyone. And
but you need to remember, you can be doing good work and it can still be hard. And you can't discredit how hard it is, because you're not making it easier on yourself. You're making it harder on yourself, that you're basically telling yourself to shut the fuck up and keep going. And to not think about how hard it is, because otherwise, okay, that's too much. Like,
That's
then I
what
want to
all the
give
men
into that.
podcasts say.
because what are they gonna do? If I'm like,
All the strong
because if I
men
imagine if I say on camera, oh man, guys, I'm just taking a drag today. Like, I don't know what do I talk about. They don't want to
No,
see
I
that
know.
shit, bro. You got it.
I know.
You need to like. It just.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
It's
I
life.
get it. But still have grace with yourself, like you would have it with your niece or nephew that's getting older, becoming an adult, and figuring out that life is really fucking hard.
You live and you learn.
Yes. And I think, especially now, and I could be wrong, this could just be a biased opinion, I think things have gotten a bit harder every year because our world keeps changing and it's different and it's unpredictable in a sense that everybody feels on edge at all times, I feel like. And it's important to, again, just have grace with yourself that, at least to your knowledge, this is your first time going through it. And you're just like everybody else. And even though it looks like everybody knows what the fuck they're doing, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Nobody knows better than you. You know yourself best. You know what your bedroom is like. If it's dark and scary, if it's light and nice. But it's on you to take responsibility in the upkeep of it.
Julius, you're a fucking idiot, bro. Get the
Why?
fuck out
Why
of
is he
here.
laughing?
He's fucking laugh for no reason.
Bro,
Get the fuck up, bro.
People
Be's
don't
being
just-
held as serious right now.
I apologize. It is not on
No,
purpose.
B, you got
at
it. No,
all. Like,
I don't
it's
even want.
not
Actually, I
on
don't want to give you
purpose.
no light. B, you're
Yeah, keep
B, you're
doing your
so
thing. I'm
like
sorry.
right
I'm
on
trying to
that,
hide it,
and
like-
like the person like we all grew up. Like the person I knew, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, like I love that you are the person that you are now. This is this is awesome, and I can't wait
Oh,
to
yeah.
develop this friendship more and more. You're really awesome, and the work that you do is so needed. If you have enough time to read this homosexual, and it's totally fine. Bro. It's completely fine. But like if you
This
don't,
guy is insane.
but if you don't, then like look at his head, look at his hat.
It's a beanie. You like this brand.
Open space when you just
Yeah, that was insane.
No, but
We're already
I'm
starting
really
like
kidding.
that?
I'm really kidding about that. But like, you're awesome, and like
Thank you.
guys, please go follow her. We're not done yet, but this is very powerful work that needs to be.
This is crazy.
It needs
Yeah,
to be
bro.
the message needs to be spread, and as long as she wants to be on Street Champs, she's welcome here.
Thank you.
And we're gonna give her
Appreciate you all.
as much
Rain.
we could spread our shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has access to all of it.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Yes.
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at
explain
fucking-
yourself.
I'm laughing at
He
Tristan.
kept looking at me.
I can't help it. I look over there.
Nah,
He doing
I
this.
can confirm that. He kept
Well,
looking
Tristan
at
be
me.
falling asleep on pod sometimes.
Exactly, and it just was funny. Like, and I would like to say how I felt from my reading. I felt off Ripple a sense of like,
What's Ripple? You keep saying that.
off,
Off rip, obviously.
yeah, basically, a sense of
Trying to
like,
sound hip.
wait, no, if it's hip, then why doesn't he know it? What's it called? A sense of weight, and then like, I don't know. It was like I said, she said things that it was like, why would you get that? A skeptic can say, I gotta say both sides. A skeptic can say that you were broad, but it was when it mattered that it wasn't, and that's what makes the difference. There's a difference between being broad the entire situation and only sometimes, and even if that, I don't want to say that word, it sounds wrong, but you know what I mean.
She hit those
Like,
points.
exactly
She be
when
hitting
it
some
mattered the
points.
most. And I'll say, just because we're on the podcast, even if it was fake, it was good. I don't give a fuck.
It was.
I wouldn't say it was though. I genuinely wouldn't
I
say
think
it was,
it's real.
but I still enjoyed it. Either fucking way, you did a
But
great job. You read the room well. You can see the energy. Either way, you do a fucking great job. But I don't think that. I genuinely think that she was feeling my fucking energy. Something in her area was. I still feel tingly.
Yeah,
I still feel.
I kind
don't-
of felt it too
Oh,
already.
But Terry, your rebuttal, bro. You know, the American history and the American psychology, we don't account for paranormal happenings. You know, we miscount that shit. We don't believe in
It's
it. Like,
so written
exactly.
off.
You know,
Yeah.
there's so
Oh.
many ghost stories or crazy dolls or whatever, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Like UFOs, like we don't account for that shit, and it's such a lapse in our history. You know, it's people like this that
that
are
are keeping it going.
exactly. It's an important thing to talk about, and
And that's
I'm
why
a
said,
believer. I'm a
It's
believer.
And that's
fifth,
why I
sixth,
said
and seventh
I am
sense,
too.
bro. Different
I just said it because there is skeptics, so I had to give it something
Facts.
for them from sitting here. But going against what even I said, when it mattered the most, it hit, and I think that's what makes the difference, and that I respect what you do. That's
Thank
just
you.
what I'm saying.
All right, can we get
Definitely.
can we get your opinion on one not fucking medium topic just before we get out of here? Let's just talk about something that's not medium shit. Just happened in the history. What kind of music are you listening to?
Right now,
Yeah.
well, I am the biggest Beyonce stan
Ooh.
Oh, she in the
that
beehive.
can be, and right now though, I've been listening to Kendrick's album because
Oh my.
Oh,
This has been Street Champs, guys.
no, she gotta read me, bro. This is bullshit.
no, it's been super good. And actually, what's funny is that on the way here, Poetic Justice came on my shuffle, and I was like, how crazy that however many years ago when I was in high school and Drake and Kendrick put this song out together, like it was all the fucking rave, and this was like
Poetic
top
Justice.
notch of a combo
Great
and a
song.
duo, and now look where we're at.
Mm.
And good for Kendrick.
Poetic and Super Bowl Kendrick. Now he's Super Kendrick.
B. Ricky really wants you to read him. Please read him.
That's why we're here.
Please
He's
read him. He really wants it.
Well, Cbass didn't want it, bro, and then y'all got some dope shit.
Bro,
Like,
Why did you bring your cards?
They're in my car.
Woo! See,
I don't want those shits, bro. I don't believe in
Nah.
it. I believe in it,
That's
but like
okay.
I believe in it so much that like I don't want that shit at me.
I just
No,
like
you
the
know what you're
vibe
saying.
shit.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't do a Ouija board.
I went to the
Yeah, we
holistic.
should-
Something I'm not trying to get into.
I'll do
Yeah.
cards. But
I
not
went to the
board.
holistic fair with her, and this motherfucker pulled out the death card, first card on me. I'm like, bro,
That's
like,
not. It's not what you
okay.
think. People think the
It's
death card
because
is death.
I
It's
would
not.
say when I look, What's the first thing I talked about with you?
You're right.
Yeah, seriously.
But imagine me. I'm just a young Mexican man.
Oh
You're just
my
a chill
God.
dude. You're just
I'm
a chill
just a chill
guy.
dude. I'm just a chill guy. Like, I'm just trying to go chill. You pull.
Yeah, I'm just a chill guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Can I keep my piece of paper?
Yeah.
You don't
It's
got
the
nothing,
first
bro.
one.
You don't got nothing on it.
I got the
Some
most
people,
lines.
Like with the famous readers, like
a lot of
Long Island
lines.
Medium and Tyler Henry, some people frame
Give me half.
these
No,
after.
that's mine. Don't touch
Can
my
we rip it
paper.
in half? Yeah,
t-
can I have some of your paper? Do you want to trade papers? Like jersey
You
swap?
might have more than
Paper swap?
but
I
I'm
didn't know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
I got the most lines.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Good thing or bad
That is
thing.
cool, though.
Now I kind of want it.
Yeah, now I kind of want mine too now. That's a pretty
But I'm
good
keeping
Um,
that for real.
idea. Yeah, that's a good idea, bro.
Ooh.
You gotta talk to your mom about that shit.
Hey,
All right,
shut
I'll
up,
text
shut
her.
up.
She
She can
can
read it.
Okay.
all right.
Shut the
Lock in.
What I need to know is if you are okay talking about relationship
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
Because it's the most prominent thing coming through for you.
Okay.
So do
Yeah.
you want to talk about it on air?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Is it easier if we talk?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll let her read. It's just a read.
This is the part where I'm figuring out where I start,
Uh-huh.
right? Because it's a lot of
Like if it's like
things.
channel
Yeah.
wise.
So it feels like from a practical logistical standpoint, we're probably in one of the best parts of life that we've ever been in regards to our own work correlating to what life looks like, right? Like when you're a kid, you don't get to choose your house and the food you eat and all of the things because that's more so on your parents. But as you get older, it becomes like it falls on you, right? And so the feeling comes through that like you are very proud of where you're at and you feel like it's been worthwhile and you can take a lot of pride in what you're doing. At the same time, it feels like, and again, I never want people to take offense to the things I say, but they just come through as they come through, right?
No, shoot.
It
You're
feels
good.
as if your love life, personal life, may have never been like as bad or as shitty as it's been recently, and that all of it feels hard, and like you don't know what to do or what to say or who you should go for, who you shouldn't go for, who you should cut off and actually get out of your life and leave behind and close chapters with. And I would say that's a big thing. But like, it's this, I would say this duality of, I feel like, again, practically I am growing in success. The more I do, I feel like I am taking steps forward. But in the love personal life, it feels like steps backwards. And that's not to say that like, oh, you had something great and then you lost it, so it's like steps backward like that. It's not like that. It's like as I gain more understanding and more footing in my, I would say, professional sense of self, I feel like I know less and less in my personal sense. And what it means to, this is like so interesting to me, like,
No filter. No filter. No filter.
No, yeah, get it out.
No
no,
filters.
it's like, it's just a feeling of like, I feel like I've never known less about like what it means to talk to somebody and how dating should look and like what I should look for in a person and what I should try to be as a partner. Like it feels like there have been, I want to even say, trials and tribulations, like maybe specifically with someone over and over, that it was just, it compared to the other side where you feel like you learn as time goes on, it feels like on this side we felt like it's gotten more confusing over time, and we know less about the type of person we want to be with, the type of partner we want to be, the type of relationship we want to have than ever in our life before. Because I guess kind of similar to a little bit of his, like it's been harder and required more of you than you ever expected, which I think is a general thing that happens to everyone when you become an adult and you try to have adult, very serious relationships. You're like, I never thought about how fucking hard this shit is. Like, I have to be on the same page with this person every single day. Like, and if we fight or we get in a disagreement, I don't get to just walk away and ghost them. Like, if I want something that's going to last, I have to do this hard ass shit of like having hard conversations and being bold enough to be vulnerable, because it has felt like this has like been a theme lately. I feel like coming up, intimacy. What does it mean to be to feel close to someone? Well, it means you got to be motherfucking vulnerable, and you got to put your shit out on the table. If you do not do that, you will not feel close. If you are not willing to put yourself out there and the person across the table from you is willing to do the exact same thing, you are not going to reach a level of intimacy that every human being basically desires. Feeling like you are known by someone, you know someone, and you have trust and faith that each party will act respectfully and in accordance with and to the benefit of each party. As time has gone on, and
Shit on him.
Really, shut up.
Shit on him.
We have seen how hard it can be to, again, it's just like the idea of how much work a true, real, long-term relationship takes. And that we thought we were ready for that. I think thought we were ready for that, and with one person at a specific point in time. And then it's like once we dipped in our toes in the water, like that shit was fucking freezing and we ran away. And then we don't know how to work ourselves back to where we were before. And we don't know how to not be afraid to dip our toes in the water again. And have the audacity and strength and willingness to put yourself out there at the risk of being hurt again. I want to say like being turned down, but I don't mean like completely or anything. I just mean sometimes when you come to the table, even with your partner, right? There are people married 30, 40 years, whatever. They come to the table and they're like, I'm dealing with this. This is how whatever's going on is making me feel. And at that moment, the person across the table is like, fuck your feelings. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Okay, but y'all have been married or you want to be married for your whole lifetime. So how do you react? Do you egg it on? Do you add into it? Well, fuck your feelings too. Okay. Or do you say, well, that like feels shitty for me that you don't see where I'm coming from, but maybe we could like dismiss and reconvene tomorrow or something. Like, let's get a good night's sleep. And those are like small things, but they add up over time, if that makes sense. Like, it's easy to be in a relationship in the beginning parts. It's when we're getting deeper and we're getting closer and it requires more vulnerability and intimacy and less reactions and more thoughtful, intentional responses, if that makes sense. What I would say for going forward is, and I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but take a pause and take a breather from even, and I feel like this can sound harsh, but like take a pause, take a breather from even kind of trying to date or be in a serious relationship or be engaging in that. Because to me, what it feels like is like the ups and downs have been ups and downs for too long. And when are we going to just put our hands up and take a step back and be cool with it? Like, how much longer do you have to, I am going to use the term suffer, but I know that sounds extreme. But like, how much longer do you have to suffer trying to make something work that's just seeming like it's not working? And when are you willing to be like, actually, I deserve better? There's actually no reason that my professional life and my personal life are on such different wavelengths. if I'm excelling professionally, I should be able to translate the skills that make me successful professionally, which are dedication, motivation, right? All of those things. That should be able to translate to your personal life. And if it's not, okay, is it that we have the wrong environment? Do we have the wrong people around us? What's the circumstance that's continuing to put us at the bottom of the total pole, making us the bottom of our priority list once we're off, like, the clock? And that we're just, like, it's just this feeling of, like, well, I'm not shit because, like, they told me I'm not shit. So now I'm just hanging on to that. Like, instead of being like, well, let me just actually move the fuck on with my life.
Damn. You're hitting on some pretty good stuff, but missing on some. I mean, in my own experience, I guess, because I have, like, you're hitting on some relationship stuff because I've been with the same person for like 13, 14 years now. High school sweethearts, me and Holly. But you know, as far as like the
Gretchen.
As far as the moving on and stuff, I don't know. I don't really feel that, like, because we've been through trials and tribulations, and like we've done the there and that, and after everything, like, I'd still, no matter what, like, that's the person. So like, I don't know. I feel on it. I don't know. There is some stuff, but like,
well, I guess
not
I would
stuff
say,
that we can't ever get. You know what I mean?
You're
Over,
crying.
I guess.
Look at his
Shut
eyes.
up.
He's
I'm not
crying.
fucking. You're so full of shit. I am not crying.
And I'm
Look at my
not
eyes.
ever.
Bullshit, bro.
and-
It looked like you were crying.
It looks like he's crying.
You're so full of
It
shit.
looks
You're
like he's
asleep.
crying.
I can't take shit because he was sleeping over there. I can't
wasn't.
even.
I
He was
was listening.
sleeping and then he woke up and had to go wake
No.
himself up in
You know,
the fucking kitchen.
I was listening.
Fucking full of shit.
I'm not ever trying to tell anybody that they should break up with anybody or anything like that. I do love it when,
Not that.
like, you give your commentary back and whatever, because I think it allows me
I don't have it. I don't know where
to
it is.
better explain what they're trying to translate to me. And so what I would say is, like, at some point, would it be beneficial for you guys to put your hands up and be like, let's start over on becoming friends and having that type of relationship that I don't always feel like we're at war with each other sometimes, and instead that we're friends that are choosing to mingle and be in each other's life, just like each of you have friends that you are actively choosing to have around you. Because especially when you have been in a relationship for a long time, it's become so inherent and second nature, and this just is what it is, right? Like, we have the schedule, this routine, like, whatever, all of the things that when you're not on the same page, like, the headbutting can be so much more emphasized because you're not getting a break from one another. You're expecting each other to continue to show up as, like, a great, perfect partner. And that's setting each other up for failure because, one, you're humans, that sometimes you're going to have bad days. And when you come home and you're in a bad space, or she comes home and she's in a bad space, it needs to be met more so as a friend. Hey, are you good? Rather than, this motherfucker walked in the door and didn't give me a hug and kiss, and now I'm on one too. Because he's going through something, or she's going through something, but I'm taking it more so personally as it's something directed towards me because we're partners. We're in a relationship, so I should know everything that's going on with you. And if you're upset,
that is kind of facts,
and
bro.
like, if you're
That's
upset,
everyone.
I'm gonna take If you're upset, I'm gonna take it personally and think it's me. Whereas, like, especially considering the length of the relationship, it's more so like, maybe sometimes you guys put your hands up and be like, let's give each other a break from trying to be the perfect partner, and let's be the friends that we've been for 14 years. And be like, you can just show up as you need to show up and be you, and I just need to show up how I need to show up, and I can't do the expectation tonight, I'm sorry, of, like, being your partner and giving and caring and pouring into you. Tonight, I need to put my hands up and take that step back of, like, I just need some space. And we're still lovers and we're still in this shit together, but like, I guess that's more so what it means. Like, and I hate that I said move on, but when you are looking at each other as a human, as a friend,
Kiwi's
as something other than a partner, you're better able to move past the trials and tribulations. Because instead of putting that heat and pressure on each other of, well, you fucked up and you let me down, like, instead, if you're looking at it from this is just my person, right? Like, okay, well, I can understand they've been going through it. They made a mistake. I'm less critical, if that makes sense. If I take a step back from being like, I gotta harp on this motherfucker because this is my man or this is my girl and they need to be doing better or whatever. And instead it's like, listen, I didn't really appreciate that you did that. Like, you came home and you didn't give me a hug or a kiss because that is our routine. But let's, like, open up that conversation rather than let it be, like, fester and then become this, like, whole thing. Because that, yeah.
She be nailing some points, like, on the dot.
No,
like
is that what y'all, is that what
Yeah, the
happens?
hugging, yeah, sometimes, bro, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Now, you're about to cry, bro.
No, I'm definitely not
I
about
can
to
look
cry,
into-
but no, it's crazy. Well, it was some parts, bro. She's nailing, like, most of it, but, like, dude, it's kind of crazy, bro. Yeah, it's like the certain
Like,
little
she's like,
things.
oh, bitch, you think I'm joking?
Exactly, bro.
Well, let
like
me
the missing
pinpoint
the hug
for a
and
second,
kiss.
but you didn't pay for this session, bitch.
Bro, she
you come
real,
to my
bro.
office, I'll tell you everything you need to
This
know.
would have costed $400.
Yeah, seriously,
bro.
we owe her like $1,000
No.
bucks.
No,
already.
we're
It's
gonna. Bro, hopefully,
Happy to do it.
Hopefully, B wants to continue coming
Yeah,
back and have.
damn, you're
What
good.
would you call your own show?
Holy shit, she's
Just
good, bro.
broadcast
God,
it
what a-
to America.
Yeah,
and
you
the
better
rest
start
the
thinking of
bride.
a name, girl. Shit, because you good.
Can we all give her one? Can we all give her one?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes.
one suggestion. We all have to all think of one
All right,
suggestion.
All right. Let's start with.
What's
Let's
the
start.
website name?
Taurus telepathy.
Ooh, that's a good ass fucking show name already.
Exactly.
It's a
That
good
is-
ass
that
show
is-
name
that is
already,
good.
bro.
There we go.
All right,
Yeah, because it already has the website.
Outside
Yeah,
of
exactly.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, I would just call it that, bro.
Shout out to my college friend Claire that we have the exact same birthday. So we're both Tauruses. We celebrated our birthday every year together. And one time when we were
Tafari?
talking about how we always fucking have telepathy and know what the fuck is going on, she was like, Taurus telepathy. And I was like, bitch, that's going to be my business name. And boom, we're
Well,
6 years in
You
the
gotta
making.
call that the show then. That's for sure. That's locked in on that.
TT.
Big double T's.
I like that.
Well, thank you guys.
No,
I
yeah, no,
appreciate
thank
all of
you.
your openness. And I
Nailed it.
I
All of ours.
like when people are like, no, not every single thing you said hits. Because I think that's kind of not the point. I think
Yeah.
it's the point.
Ballpark.
It's because even if you think about, you go to a lecture for a class, you're going to take away key points, right?
You could have
And
said,
that's the main thing.
I'm sorry, but you could
You're
have
fine.
said anything about anything and been completely off the whole time.
Facts.
You weren't.
You weren't. You were nailing
You-
some
it's-
shit.
that's the point. You were there.
Very
Like,
on point.
like you might not
For
have
real,
been
on
exactly
everybody.
shooting me in the head every single time, but you was the motherfuckers. Some of them was zoom.
I was getting
zoom,
green.
you know,
Yeah, bro.
shit.
I had some, like-
And then some of them I couldn't dodge. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But
That
it
was
wasn't like
crazy.
you was shooting the wall over there, and I'm just like, what?
Well, and another thing I say, like, for a last point, is that I think readings have a sense of timelessness to them, and that I have given readings that were touching on something that was going on with that person in the past, but they like haven't had the closure with it. They just needed to kind of have that conversation to close something out, but it wasn't necessarily happening to them anymore. So touching on past self. Obviously, I've had situations that were touching on present self. What you're going through right now. I have had a couple readings that I have given, and the person's like, that shit did not hit at all. And 2 months later, they come back and they're like, dude, literally everything you said, like, came to be and happened. And it's not about like predicting the future, but it's about energy, I guess, more so. And in the world of spirit, like, timelines don't necessarily exist as we experience a linear timeline here. And so some stuff that's not going to hit right now, it's just like when you randomly
It'll
think
hit
of
later.
something, you just randomly think of it later, and then it hits you when you need it.
That
So
goes back to what she said at the beginning with her friend. She felt it before
Yeah.
it even
Before it
happened.
yep,
Damn.
yeah.
That's crazy that we had like different channels too. Like you had a different, like more medium-ish channel, and we all had messages. All three of us right here. Damn. Why didn't you want yours, Cbass? You told me no. He ain't ready.
He ain't ready. One
He's
day.
not ready.
One
One
day
day.
he'll be ready.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
I think everybody should respect where they're at.
Facts.
B will be back. Bro,
Yeah.
you're just cheaping it right in B's face. You're an asshole. Bro, you
Bro,
could
he
really
been
not
going
do that.
through some shit. Look at him.
You could really not do that.
Getting through some shit.
Yeah, he's getting through some shit.
And guys, I just want to reiterate that
No, you're good.
what I thought was really crazy before we started, we had technical issues that we
That was
never had
crazy.
before,
Ever.
ever. And B is I fucked with all your shit you
Powerful
said.
woman.
I fucked with all the shit you said, and I can't wait to hear more of it because we got a 2-hour taste. I'm sure after the hours build up, I'm sure you're gonna know everything about us, and we're gonna know everything about you. But where can they follow you? And let's get out of here.
At Taurus Telepathy, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, my site at Taurus Telepathy. If you want an in-person reading in Pueblo, I'm at Lux V Salon. If you're up in the Denver area, I read at Ritual Craft every other week on Sundays. Sometimes I pick up extra days there too. So you got a couple options of seeing me in person in Colorado. I do events. You can email me for them. And otherwise, I offer virtual readings as well. So TaurusTelepathy.com.
Want me to do the
Are you
outro
a
song?
Wiccan?
The rest of
Okay,
you guys,
Are you
where can they-
Wiccan or anything like that? None of that stuff. I always want. I've been one.
That was a question for an hour ago.
She just said what she just said.
Where can the people follow the rest of you fools?
Yo, hit the link below, my link tree. I got all my music there. I make EDM, dubstep, rap,
Tafari.
hip hop, all that stuff. Sing. Follow me everywhere. Enjoy my art. I appreciate y'all.
I respect it.
And I'm on the show Battle Bets, so hit subscribe and check out all the other shows on this channel.
Julius Apollo Music on YouTube and all those other music sites.
I love you.
And I'm on the Friday show and sometimes the Thursday show, and maybe I'll review songs on Monday. I don't know.
Why are you holding the mic like that?
It's Cbass. You can hit me up on Battle Bets, also Instagram. It's Cbass. I do cool shit.
I like it.
Tafari, like shout out Tafari on everything. You know what it is.
All right. Well, I'll get the intro or the outro. Boom, 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 boom.
Now it's Tafari, yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is. We usually have music here,
Here, I got the drums in.
but it's gone for this episode because spiritual bitches. I mean women. I didn't mean that. I mean women.
Yeah, what the fuck was that, bro? You didn't have to. do all
Spiritual
that.
women. All right, y'all. Hit the subscribe button. You will see more of B every single week here. Hopefully. Peace.
Boom, 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 boom,